Hey everyone, welcome to The Squad. This is the Park Squad Pod, a podcast where four friends catch up and chat about all things Disney, day-to-day life, and more. My name is Haley, and I'm your host for today's episode, and I'm here with the rest of the squad.
I'm Tommy.
I'm Brandon.
And I'm Heidi.
Welcome to episode 12. We are talking about all things Magic Kingdom food today. I'm very excited for this episode. I've been looking forward to a food episode for quite some time, so I'm excited to be able to host this one today.
Yeah, Magic Kingdom food is like a pillar of Walt Disney World, at least on our end, I feel like.
It really is. And a lot of little snacks. I think that we have a lot of good collective experiences with Magic Kingdom food. So I'm excited to talk about it. It'll be so great.
And I think there's a lot of highs and a lot of lows of Magic Kingdom food. I think that it's like, if you know where to go, it's great. If you don't know where to go, it kind of feels like a food desert sometimes of like anything but chicken tenders and Mickey pretzels and popcorn.
Yeah, hockey puck hamburgers, stuff like
that.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So we're going to educate you today. Actually, Haley and Tommy will, because they're the foodies, but we're just going to be along for the ride and give our 2 cents.
Yep.
Well, that's what I was talking about today. I said, like, I'm so excited for this episode because really, I think at this point in my life, like, when I think about going to Disney, what I'm most excited for is to go and eat like something new or something that I love that they've had forever.
I love it.
All right. So how I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you kind of what the dollar signs mean so that I don't have to say it every single time. And then we're going to go around kind of following the map of the park. So we'll start with Main Street, USA, and then hop over to Adventureland, then Frontierland, Liberty Square, Fantasyland, and end with Tomorrowland.
Nice.
So they're not really in any, like I didn't save the best. What I think the best is for last. So it's kind of all over here. So the single dollar sign, $1 sign is $14.99 and under. So these are usually the snack carts and kind of like some quick service, but it's mostly where you're going to get your snacks, not your whole meals.
Yep.
$2 signs is $15 to $34.99. $3 signs is $35 to $59.99. And then $4 signs is over $60, which is that kind of like deluxe sit down, meet a character kind of experience.
The premier dining experiences.
Exactly.
Love it.
So the first one we're going to start out with today is one that gets a lot of hate. Yeah, lot of hate. It's right at the entrance of the park, and that is Tony's Town Square Restaurant on Main Street, USA.
Yeah.
So I think that this one did just get redone. The menu got redone. I think probably what I think is recent is not as recent as it seems.
Like a year ago?
Yeah, like a year and a half ago,
early
I think.
2023, I think.
So it did get redone. They have kind of like a whole new menu. So I think that there's more options than there were. And I think the options are a little bit better quality. But have you guys ever eaten at Tony's Town Square?
You have?
I have, yeah.
When?
Me and my family did back in 2018. And I remember this was kind of our thing because my mom really wanted to watch the parade. So we did like a parade package where then you got to go stand kind of right like in the middle of that little like flagpole area, I guess, right outside. So we did that. And I just know that I kind of had something basic. I think it was just like a spaghetti and meatballs and stuff. But it wasn't as bad, I think, maybe as I think that it was now looking back at it, because like we had a great time. I don't know if it's just like the ambiance was great, and that kind of thing, but I know that it was a good time.
And Heidi, you haven't eaten there before?
Never eaten there. Didn't even know this was a thing, to be honest. Being honest here. So yeah, you guys can tell me about it.
Yeah. Do you like Italian food? It feels like something that's like in your wheelhouse.
I do like Italian food. That's why I'm interested to hear a little bit more about this.
Yeah. Have you been there?
I haven't been. And I was in the similar boat. I didn't know it existed until you went by yourself,
myself.
Like last spring or whenever that was. Yeah. That was the first time I was like, oh, I didn't even know there was a restaurant. I thought it was just like an extension of the town hall kind of area.
Yeah. So it looks like that. And it's like Lady and the Tramp themed. So where like the Lady and the Tramp statue are in that little circle area, it's directly across from that. But it is, I think, like kind of sneaky because on the other side of it is like customer service kind of thing, guest relations. And so it kind of looks like it would just be that.
Yeah.
But when I went last spring, I will tell you really quickly kind of some of the things on the menu and what I had. So I went by myself. I just went up for the day and there was a dining reservation. So I took it. I had the Tony's garlic bread for the table for just myself.
Nice.
Which is toasted ciabatta with roasted garlic butter and Parmesan fonduta, which is like a melted cheese sauce.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
And that's $13, and it's a lot of food, and it was really good.
Yeah, I've seen it like on the internet, and it's like a Lincoln Log stack
Mhm.
of.
Oh,
Oh.
I had that, I
garlic
think,
bread, yeah.
potentially. Yeah. Yeah.
So that I definitely think was good. And then their other like appetizers are kind of like a basic Italian appetizer. They have a Caesar salad, fried mozzarella. They have a soup and some other regular salads.
Mhm.
And then I don't think I had any of the main entrees because it was just me. I think I had that and then a salad and that's it. But they have the one that I've seen people eat a couple times was like a spicy one. It had like a tortellini and peppers, and I think it was a little bit spicy, and people seem to like that. But it definitely, I think, is worth like giving it a try. I think
I
out of
agree.
all of the sit downs, it might be my second favorite at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I feel like that it's like a fun thing because I know when we did it, they kind of have like the whole theming right down. Like we had to wait there, and then like they came out and they said "Attenzione, attenzione, Schroeder party," and it was like really funny to me that it's like we're kind of just at this like Italian vibe. I thought it was really cool, and I do feel like it is something to check out for sure. Like I
Yeah.
think that if you like this kind of food, I feel like even if it's maybe not like some like 5-star Italian restaurant, I feel like to get something like that at Disney is a good vibe, right? Like Italian food.
Yep. And I think the other thing is that Magic Kingdom is a dry park other than sit down restaurants.
Yeah.
So if you are an adult who wants to have like a refreshing beverage for adults to consume, this is a place that you can do that. And then the other thing I had in my notes is they have like kind of like an outdoor patio area, like you can dine like al fresco. And that would be the best place to watch the parade
Yeah.
because you can sit there, you can eat, you can have a cocktail if you'd like one,
Oh.
and you can watch the parade come through that loop like right at the bottom of Main Street USA, and then it finishes up. And I think that would just be if you could time that, and I'm sure those reservations are the hardest ones to
Yeah.
get,
Yeah.
but that would be like the perfect timing to do it.
I was gonna say even like snagging like a late afternoon, early evening reservation and sitting out on the patio and eating, some hearty Italian food and drinking a crisp Peroni or something like that. That
Yeah.
sounds like a really nice vibe.
Yeah. And I don't know if I mentioned, but this was $2 signs. So most of the entrees range, I'm looking at them now, from $24 to $30
Oh, that's
on
reasonable.
average. So
Ooh.
not like a bank breaker for Disney, but
Mhm.
not like something super cheap if
Yeah.
that's where you're looking to go.
It seems to me like slightly higher than you would expect at like a local Italian restaurant. Obviously,
Right.
depending on where
Yeah.
you live, it would vary. But when I look at those prices, it feels like adjusted for Disney inflation
Yeah.
prices.
Yeah.
But
And
I
if you're
think it's definitely worth trying.
and if you're a Lady and the Tramp fan, this is kind of your only representation of that across all of Disney World. So
Yeah.
there you go too.
It's a good point.
So leaving there, going down Main Street, I did skip over the Starbucks just because it serves what you think it would. It does have a couple sweet treats in there. Like they have like a cookie and a cinnamon roll that they have the cinnamon roll that's shaped like Mickey.
Nikki, yeah.
Yeah.
So that is really all I wrote down. Other than that, it's just a very long line for Starbucks. And I would just suggest getting a Joffrey's if you're on property anyway.
Please, yes.
Yes.
So
Joffrey's.
skipping over that, next is the Plaza Ice Cream Parlor, which is $1 sign. I have only been here when I was younger. Like I have not gone as an adult, I don't think, to the ice cream parlor.
Yeah.
Me neither. It's one of the places I kind of like walk right by and
Yeah.
even look at whether
Yep.
that's for better or for worse.
My
Have we
only
gone there?
no, we've obviously walked past it plenty of times. My only thing of ice cream at Disney is like scoops at Hollywood Studios. Like I
Yeah.
don't really have ice cream anywhere else.
And I don't
So
even call that ice cream.
exactly,
Have
yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
40% ice cream. Yeah.
An airy shape.
I feel like I have a distant memory of us getting ice cream and it had like a little chocolate thing in it,
A
like
little
a
thing?
Mickey.
But maybe
it was somewhere
I don't
else.
think it was there. Maybe I could be
I
wrong.
don't know, but clearly it wasn't memorable. So
Yeah, the aroma when you walk past is really nice. Like it
Yeah.
smells
Yeah.
like fresh made waffle cones, I feel like.
Yeah, I think like whenever we're in that area of the park, we're always kind of just like going from one place to the other. And the only time we
Mhm.
meander on Main Street is when we're in the Emporium. But I don't know. The more
Yeah,
I think
just
about
trying to shop.
it sounds quite nice. Like, and if you can
Yeah,
grab
it
a seat
does,
too, like kind of sit just off the hub
Yeah.
grass, grab a big ice cream. I don't know. It sounds pretty good. I'm kind of kicking myself for never forcing us to go there.
Yeah, they have so the traditional ice cream flavors, vanilla chocolate, strawberry, mint chocolate chip, cookies and cream. And then they have a no sugar added raspberry sorbet. And then they also have a plant-based frozen dessert. So I would assume like a coconut based ice cream or something like that. And then they have some desserts that are typical of like a an old school American diner. I feel like they have a sundae, a brownie sundae, like a kind of everything on it in a waffle bowl sundae. And then you can get an ice cream cookie sandwich and a double scooped ice cream cone. But the real reason I think that you would go here, if you are somebody that is into tchotchkes and like kind of plastic souvenirs from Disney, is they have a Mickey sink sundae, which the sink looks like Mickey's pants, and then it has like little faucets, which is super cute. And that is $18.99. It comes with 2 flavors of hand scooped ice cream, topped with hot fudge or caramel, whipped cream, and 2 cherries. But you do get to keep the sink, and it is pretty cute.
Hey,
Yeah.
I think this has now become a challenge for the 4 of us to whoop down a sink, is what I'm hearing.
It doesn't seem like that much ice
No,
cream in there.
that's
We
true.
might have to take down 2 sinks.
Yeah.
huh?
I
That's
know.
true.
We'll have to
Maybe-
go to the boardwalk and try that one.
That's the
Yeah.
one that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, you're thinking
That's
this
what I'm
one's
thinking of.
different.
The
This one
the
I've
big
seen
kitchen sink
on
one.
the socials.
Yeah, yeah,
recently,
okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. I could be talked into like a brownie sundae any day of the
Yeah.
week. Though,
Literally
so,
any
yeah,
time of the
I'm pretty
day.
disappointed in myself for not taking the plunge and at least trying this once.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe it's for the best that we aren't sneaking in just like an ice cream every time we walk past.
Yeah.
Yeah, but,
I also think that it's one of those things where maybe for like a sweet cold treat, there's other things at this park that we could have over it, like a Dole Whip or like I Love You float for you, Tommy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I think those are maybe the reasons why, but maybe we'll have
True.
to make more of an effort to at least give it a shot one time.
And I don't know if this makes sense, but sometimes it's too hot for ice cream
Yeah, 'cause of
because
milk.
it's like thick and it's just milk.
Yeah.
Like milk is not like
Eating a-
milk was a bad choice.
yeah, eating a kitchen sink sundae and like 98-degree heat with like 100% humidity or whatever doesn't sound the best. Yeah,
For
dairy
sure.
there's definitely a point of the temperature scale where dairy becomes unappetizing. But
Yeah.
So that's where like I feel like a Dole Whip would be better.
A little curdle action or something happening.
Oh yeah. So right next to the ice cream parlor is the Plaza Restaurant, which we went for the first time last year.
Yeah.
Nice.
Have you guys been here before?
No,
Nope.
I've walked past the little patio multiple times though.
Yep.
Yeah, this is one that I think after eating here, I would keep walking past the little patio.
yeah, I agree.
This one is $2 signs, so it's that $15 to $35 range. It's American casual. It again serves alcoholic beverages if that's something that you're looking for in the parks. It has pretty basic items: onion rings, soup, salads, loaded fries, meatloaf, cheeseburger, like a club sandwich, a chicken salad, and then it has a couple. They have like artisanal milkshakes, which honestly I think
Yeah,
if they had like a milkshake window, I
Yeah,
would go
that's a
here and
good
get one to
window.
go.
Yeah.
for sure.
Because they have a chocolate pecan brownie, a key lime pie, and a strawberry shortcake milkshake, which
Oh,
sound
wow.
delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think if I remember, I don't remember what we had for dessert, but I think I remembered our dessert being the best thing that we
I
had.
think we had the chocolate cake. Is
Yeah.
that a thing?
Yeah, chocolate layer cake.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. And
Yeah.
yeah, I know. I think we got meatloaf and something else when we went,
Mhm.
and the food was fine. I think honestly, my biggest complaint with this restaurant is that it's so cramped. And we were in like kind of an adjacent area. It's like the main seating room, but even the main seating area, I feel like you're like right next to the
We were
doors
sat
to the
at a
kitchen,
table.
like no matter where you are in the restaurant.
Yeah, I'm not usually a person who will ask to move. I asked to move. It was raining and there was like nobody in the restaurant. We didn't have reservations, but there was just the 2 of us. It was almost completely empty.
Yeah.
And they sat us right next to the kitchen swinging door.
Oh
And
no.
so every single time, and it's like cramped. So they
Yeah.
have to like squeeze by you to get through like the swinging door into the kitchen.
So silly.
And I'm like, I'm going to sit here and spend $80 to be like
Cramp.
just wafted in and out of the
Yeah.
kitchen every time they walk by. So I asked to move and we got sat essentially at the end of somebody else's table
Yeah.
who had like toddlers and there was like stuff everywhere. Like the toddlers were just throwing like mac and cheese on the floor the whole time and the parents just let them do it. It was crazy.
And it's one of those things where, like, yeah, maybe if you get patio seating, it's nice, but I just can't imagine sitting in that restaurant when it is full, like when it's not a rainy
Yeah.
day and it's like packed to the rafters.
Mhm.
I feel like it would be like so chaotic in there. I don't
Yeah, it
know.
was probably 25% full and it felt like
Yeah.
super
That's
small.
crazy.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Not speaking very highly of the plaza. So if you're listening to this and you were on the edge, I have a feeling I know which way you're going to sway now.
The food was fine though. The food was decent.
Yeah, they have I was reading over like all of the menu items, and the one that stood out that I thought was kind of bizarre, but little kids would love it, was a cotton candy cheesecake for
Whoa.
$10.
Oof. Cavity Central.
I wonder how
Exactly.
that
It sounds like you're taking like a savory-ish dessert and just making it as sweet as you can get it.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
a little zing
Got
on
like a
that one.
blue pink swirl action going on though. It might just be an aesthetic play. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Maybe they put like a piece of cotton candy on top though, and then berries, and then
Yeah.
they get away with it.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'll have to go back, do research.
So across the street, leaving the plaza, we have Casey's Corner, which is a
Yes.
cult classic and a fan favorite.
I know
This
this one.
one has $1 sign, so it is in that snack range of under $14.99.
I feel like this is a classic Magic Kingdom staple.
Yeah, I feel like upon further, like, I guess,
Inspection.
yeah, I feel like that it's probably obviously not the best quality food, but I think it's so Magic Kingdom that you just often have it because it is just like the corn dog nuggets and cheese sauce and fries, which is great. But I feel like if you're actually looking for like a quality meal, I wouldn't say
Not here.
that it's a quality meal, but it does do the job sometimes where you are just feeling like,
Peckish.
well, like, or just like a random Disney classic quick service meal.
Yeah.
Like you're
but-
feeling like nostalgic. You want
Exactly.
something that really feels
Yeah.
Disney.
But I
And
will
I
say
think-
we only get the corn dog nuggets here, so
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
really speak.
I've
of,
never
like,
had a big
actual
dog
hot
from
dog.
there ever.
They don't look great.
We got a specialty big dog for Halloween, I think, and it was like weird. It was kind of good, and I think if we had gotten one of the
It
more
had hot Cheetos on it.
yeah, it was that one was kind of weird. I think if we had gotten like a standard one, it would have been okay. But I'm also a big hot dog guy, so I've got
Me
a high
too.
tolerance
I'm
for hot
not.
dogs.
I love a hot dog. I wanted that one time for the
Yeah.
50th that had
Oh.
like jam and like funnel cake pieces on it, and Heidi
Yeah.
wouldn't let me.
No.
I feel like sometimes when I watch people eat these, the dog to bun ratio is bad in the opposite way you would expect.
Yeah.
Usually it's too much bun to dog, and this one is like a giant hot dog, and there is not nearly enough bun to like soak up any of that salt.
It's definitely one of those situations where you get to the end, it's like there's just enough bun for your fingers not to be holding directly on the hot dog, and you're kind of just eating hot dog around the bun until you can finish it off.
But if you're like in a group and some people grab a spot for the parade and then the
Yep.
others go in and grab your this is where when that man was standing awfully close to me waiting for the parade, that's where Tommy was going to get corn dog
I was
nuggets.
waiting for nuggets and big drinks.
So my suggestion would be ordering this ahead of time right around when the parade is going to start and get your corn dog nuggets and just stand and wait for the parade to come by.
Yeah.
And those corn dog nuggets with a side of french fries or cuties will run you $10.79, which I feel like is a good deal.
It is.
Yeah.
And like I will say that we always get this at least once a trip. Like it's every time we get it.
With
And
the
I-
cheese.
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
cheese.
cheese sauce. And I love the whole vibe. I love the guy that plays the piano. I love just like everything about it. Like I do think there isn't a lot of seating there, so like it's always busy, which
Mhm.
is hard, like you said, if someone can go snag a seat. But I do think that it's a really good vibe with like the piano. It's on Main Street. I think it has like a lot of appeal for sure.
Well, and they do like an opening pitch,
was gonna say
don't
the
they? Like
opening
they
pitch,
have
yeah.
like a kid like throw
Yeah.
an opening pitch or somebody throw an opening pitch, which I
Yeah.
think is so cute.
Yeah, I watch it and I turn to her. They always do this, and you're like, yeah, they do. I've never seen this before. It's so cool.
That's because we're too busy rushing to whatever ride.
Right,
Like we
yeah.
do not stop and enjoy Main Street.
And I also love a mint julep also. Those are good. So that's another highlight for me from Casey's.
Yeah, and that's what I was just looking at the menu here, and did you know they had Chipotle barbecue loaded fries
No.
topped with pulled pork, slaw, and Chipotle barbecue sauce?
They have a hot dog like that too, so I guess it's their new.
I would
but
like
the
that.
fries sound
They're
good.
on a-
Sounds good.
Chipotle barbecue initiative.
Love it.
But yeah, that frozen mint julep sounds like it
It-
would just
it's
really
good.
do the trick on a hot day.
Oh yeah. It's good.
Very good.
All right, so turning the corner there after Casey's corner is the Crystal Palace.
I love
guys-
Crystal Palace.
I was gonna say, do you guys have any strong feelings about this one?
I haven't gone, but I
You would
feel like
like
I
it.
would like it.
And I think that this is a Winnie the Pooh lover's dream. The vibe is excellent. The characters are fun. They do like a little parade. They have a
Friendship.
banner up. It is just so cute. And the standout item is the churro waffle. Obviously, so good. But I also do think that there is a lot of good stuff. Anywhere you can get like a bunch of good fresh fruit is awesome. I love that whole thing. Even if it is maybe more expensive because it's a character meal, I do think that doing it for breakfast is a fun thing. I haven't done it for lunch or dinner, but I did love having my time there like at breakfast. I love the characters. They'll come to your table just like every other character dining, but it's one of those where you can meet all of those characters and it just has like a really fun like vibe, I guess.
Mhm.
And if you're wondering what the price point here is, it is a $4 sign. So breakfast is $48 per adult plus tax and gratuity, and children are $30 for breakfast. And then when you get into dinner and lunch, they are the same price. It is $61 per adult and then $40 per child. So I think this one we have a hard time going to as like an adult couple who
Yeah.
don't love to meet characters.
Yeah.
Like we would go, I think, exclusively for the churro waffles. But it's just tough because I don't know. Breakfast, I feel like I have a hard time getting $50 worth of
sure.
value out of like a breakfast meal.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the tricky part, is that sometimes it's difficult for us personally to get the value out of the price point. But everything like sounds good, and I think we went forever ago with your
With my
mom and your
cousin,
cousin.
yeah.
Yeah, and that was a lot of fun, and the food was fine. And I think it's one of those things where if that's like your main, like if you're gonna snake meal it, to use
Yeah.
a term
Yeah,
that
I
I
don't
like.
know if you guys know what
Yeah,
snake
so if like your Disney day is like, it's gonna be the primary meal.
I know what you mean.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be like where you're doing the
Yeah.
majority of your fooling and
Yeah.
or fueling, sorry, and then just kind of like snacking throughout the day. I think it makes a lot of sense because
I
you kind
agree.
of just sit down, you dedicate an hour or whatever it is, and just like load up on calories to keep you going for the rest of the day. But where we're looking to like kind of constantly be popping in and eating, we're like, we're eating one plate, 1.5 plates, and being like, oh boy, I'm pretty full,
Yeah.
ready to roll out of here. So
Yeah.
it's not always conducive for what we're doing.
But I do think this is another place that you can get a really early dining reservation. So you can kind of get there before the park opens. So you can
Yeah.
get in, you get to like, you can have your picture on Main Street real quick when they're walking into your reservation. And then you can still be out of there like right when the park opens, which I think is a good use of your time.
Yeah, and I will say the only reason that I ate here the one time, well, like I've always wanted to eat there, but I did use a cast member 40% off coupon, which obviously makes a huge difference. I know that's not everybody can do that, but that made a huge difference. So I do think,
It
like you
was
said,
worth it for
Tommy,
you then.
yeah, the only way that I would do it is kind of how you said, where this is like my big meal, because I couldn't do this and then have like another dinner sit down or even like a quick service, because I just feel like it's a lot of food, and I don't think that we love starting our day with like a big meal. I'm much more of like a fruit waffle fan or something smaller, or like a donut and a coffee versus a whole big meal. But I do think it was a fun vibe, and I think that one time we'll have to go because you love like those characters and stuff.
For sure.
Yeah, I do think it fits your vibe really well, Heidi. And I think that there's a lot, even on the lunch and dinner menu, that you would enjoy.
Agree.
I'll have to add that one to my list.
Yeah.
All right, so we are out of Main Street, USA, and we are venturing into Adventureland. So
Ooh.
the first place you will come to when you're entering Adventureland is the Spring Roll Cart, which is not on the Walt Disney World website.
Wow.
So if you look at so how I found all of these, kind of trying to compile them all at once, was I just went on the website and I went to filter, and I filtered by Magic Kingdom Park, because
Yep.
if you just do Magic Kingdom, it'll give you all of the resorts as well.
Yeah, that's what I did. I was scrolling for a while.
Yeah, so you have to go to the park. And I almost forgot to put this on there because it was not listed.
Wow.
But this one, they have 2 types of spring rolls all the time. It's open kind of weird hours. It's not always open first thing in the morning. And there's always a huge line. So
Yeah.
if this is something you're desperate to try, figuring out when it opens and kind of getting in the front of that line before it opens up is probably worth your while. They have a cheeseburger spring roll, which essentially tastes like a McDonald's cheeseburger all wrapped up in a spring roll. And then it comes with ketchup or mustard.
I think a mustard little
Yeah.
packet or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah, I
right.
think it comes with like a little mustard dipping
Or
sauce.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it has, like the pickles, the meat, and the cheese all wrapped up inside. And then the other one that they have all the time is a pepperoni pizza spring roll. And that comes with a dipping sauce of marinara.
What? Why didn't we get that?
Or because I think
What?
the only time that we've eaten there together collectively was for the 50th, and they had the cheeseburger one, and then that like
Prosciutto
That
one.
Reuben.
It was a Reuben one.
pastrami
Mhm.
Reuben one or whatever. Yeah,
That
yeah.
one was actually good. The pastrami
I liked
one
that
was
one. I
good.
think that
Me
people
too.
didn't like it, but I liked it.
Yeah, I like that
Um,
one.
I do think that it is one of these where I would like to have it more often, but you walk past and see the line and you go, like, it's just not today, I guess, that it's happening.
And
for
it
me.
does move pretty quickly because they're not like frying the spring rolls right there. Like
Yeah,
they're in like the little warmer cart.
Yeah.
So it does move pretty quick, but they're also a little greasy.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
like I think I've only had it like food from there once, and this might be my hot take of the episode, but I didn't like it very much. Like I know people love it, like it's like
People
the
do.
Magic Kingdom food to get. A
And you
lot of
love a
people like it.
cheeseburger
And I
egg
should,
roll.
yeah, on paper I should really like it, but we got I think the Reuben and the cheeseburger, and both of them like I found really underwhelming. But I definitely haven't closed my my mind off to it, I'll give it another shot. But that's like one of the big bummers, I think, for Magic Kingdom food is that spring roll stand, because people are obsessed.
They do really
do.
hype it up. So
Oh,
if
yeah.
you miss it, I don't think that you're missing like the best food of Magic
Yeah.
Kingdom. So I don't think you should like feel like your trip was ruined because you didn't get to go to the spring roll cart. And I think that the cheeseburger one is better than the pepperoni pizza one because
Agreed.
it's mostly pepperonis and not a lot of cheese.
Yeah.
Mm, okay.
Yeah, I do think that it is one of those that's like a different snack. So if you're trying to find something that's not like a classic popcorn or like a snack like that, like I do think it is something fun. But yeah, like I do think that it is one that we don't do often. So maybe that's an indication of that it's not our favorite thing. But
No, I think I was like a bit I didn't know it would taste that much like a McDonald's burger.
It
Like,
really
it really
does,
does. Like, and so if you like the taste of like the mixture of all the stuff, then you'll like this. But
You
if
have to
not,
like pickles.
Yeah.
I also think that it maybe would fit better with like a dip that's like a mac sauce like type
Mhm.
of dip versus a mustard. I don't know if that's just
I
me,
think
but
mustard is polarizing also. Even like a ketchup dip, I think would be
Or something,
better.
And I like a mustard, but mustard's a very strong, overpowering flavor. Like
Yeah.
it's not like you can hide mustard. If you're
No.
dunking your thing in
Yeah.
mustard, it's gonna taste like mustard.
You know what it would be good with? That curry ketchup at Mr. Kamal's fry
Oh.
place, that little cart in Animal Kingdom. That would be real
You
good.
just
We've never
gotta
had,
bring
but
them
we-
with. We'll bring 'em in the
Yeah, we'll
car.
just have to pack a cooler and go when we
Or
go.
Start bringing little
park
lids for the
hopping.
ketchups and just stack 'em.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. So, right down the street from that is one of our favorite places at Magic Kingdom, and it is the Sunshine Tree Terrace.
Yummy.
So, this has, I think, my favorite cold snack in Magic Kingdom, maybe in the parks. This has the I Lava You float, and we get it almost every time. So, this is another one that is $1 sign. When you walk into Adventureland, it'll be right on your right. I think it's easy to miss,
Yeah.
other than
Yeah.
the line being there.
Yep.
It doesn't jut out, but yeah, it's like, and it's like right there. Like if you walk in and are looking around and overwhelmed by the splendor
Just
of
look for a big
Adventureland,
orange bird.
it's easy.
Yeah, this guy right here.
Yeah. Exactly. So the I Love You float, the one that I would suggest getting if you have not gotten it before, is a Fanta strawberry soda and passion fruit flavor served with Dole Whip orange and topped with popping candy, and it is $7.29.
Yummy.
Do they have a citrus swirl here too?
I
Or is that
think
the other one?
Look.
I think that they have
I
that.
think that's.
I know that we had something here along with like the pot stickers that are here. So maybe it's not a citrus swirl, but it was something like a Dole Whippy dessert with the pot stickers was what we've had from here.
Yeah, the pot sticker's also not on the menu. So I don't know if it's
Oh.
just
Great
on,
one.
like sometimes they have them on those little plastic signs that they
Right.
put at the entrance.
Yeah.
So it might be like if they have them, then they put
Yeah.
it out. If they don't have them, they don't want it on the menu.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
They're classified as a seasonal offering. They have
True.
a spot for seasonal offerings on the menu.
But yeah, their soft serve options are chocolate and vanilla swirl in a cup, just chocolate, just vanilla, Dole Whip orange, strawberry Dole Whip, and then orange cream soft serve cup. That's
That's
the
the
one
one.
I
Kind
think,
of a
Heidi,
swirly
that
one,
is
yeah.
the
That's
Oh,
what you have.
citrus swirl, which is
Yeah.
Dole
Yeah.
Whip orange and vanilla swirl.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what you have.
Yeah.
One of your
Would
faves.
Would recommend. Would recommend.
It's so good.
And all the floats are good. I get the root beer float one a lot because it's very nostalgic. But I don't think they're as good as the I Love You float. So
No.
if there's some of the flavors in the I Love You that don't jive with you, the
They'll
other
make you
floats
a
are
float
also-
out of any
Yeah.
combination
The other-
of soft serve and
Yeah.
soda.
The other floats are good, but they're not as good. So if you're not opposed to what's going on in the I Love You, I definitely recommend giving it a shot.
Have you
And
had that one?
What?
The I Love You float. Now I'm like so
I don't-
sad.
you
that
must have with us.
We
It has
must
like
have.
you haven't had it?
I
don't think
feel
so.
I feel
What's
like
wrong
that I
with
have.
us?
No, because it sounds like so my vibe, and you guys always talk about it. And now I'm like, have I ever had it? Because I would just be like ashamed that
I
I've never.
know that I have not had it.
You've not? Okay, well that's a
Oh,
disappointment.
what are we
It's
need
got,
to
like,
make
the
like a
pinkish
Heidi
soda in
food
there.
tour of
Yeah.
of Magic Kingdom apparently.
We really do of every park.
Yeah.
All right. But that one, I was also going to say, if you are looking for more plastic souvenirs, you can get the Orange Bird float sipper. So you can get the Orange Bird sipper here. We have both versions of them that's available.
Yeah,
They're
we have a
we
ton.
might have
so, we
three.
have so many of them.
We
but
went on like a big Orange Bird kick for a while.
I'm still on the orange bird kick. I don't care.
Me too.
So you can get those sippers there for $16.99.
Worth every penny.
So the next place you'll come to in Adventureland is also one of our favorites. It is probably, I think it's my top sit down restaurant. I know in Magic Kingdom, this is my like my top tier. If we
Yeah.
can get a reservation, this is where we're going.
Mhm.
But it might be because we don't eat at a ton of sit down restaurants. This might be my number one in the park at all.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
We haven't said the name, so I should say it real
Yeah.
quick. It's the Jungle Navigation Co. What is this one?
Limited.
Skipper Canteen,
LTD.
right? Yeah. Oh,
Skipper
yeah.
Canteen. So Skipper Canteen is what it should be known by. It is $2 signs, $15 to $34.99. It has African, Asian, and Latin inspired food. I think it's the most interesting food on property, and I also think that for only $2 signs for a sit down is pretty good.
Yeah. We have not had this because I think, again, the Heidi adventure scale might not always be the best with certain things, but also like we usually don't really look for dining reservations. I think that we should be better sometimes at having some more variety. And I think that's our goal next time we go to Disney World, but also Disneyland, is having like a lot of different foods to try to like expand our reach. I know that you guys are the king and queen of expanding reach, which I love you for that so much. So I think that this will be one that I have to try because I think that I would really like it.
We
Based on
used
what
to
I've seen.
be, I think, in the same boat where we weren't really doing sit down. And then one trip we did the dining package and we
Right.
did the sit down dining package and not
Yeah.
the quick service. And it really kind of forced our hand at using it
Yeah.
to to get the most bang for our buck.
Yeah.
And now that it's back, I think that that's, if you're looking to like force yourself to slow down on a Disney trip, I think doing that will do
I
it.
agree. Yeah.
And that's the first time that we sat down here. And now the adult sit downs and quick services come with an adult beverage. So if you are somebody who drinks those, it is definitely a way to get kind of more bang for your buck when you're in the
For
park.
sure.
Yeah, it's a massive cost factor. Yeah, I feel like online there has been a recent course correction, and maybe we'll look at some of the entrees, and maybe it's just been a while since we've been there. But I feel like online there has been a movement to where Skipper Canteen is getting dragged a little bit, and people
agree.
are really kind of not talking very positively about that because like some of the menu items they don't like. But I don't know. And like I said, maybe it's been a while, maybe I'm wrong. But when I went, I remember it being like interesting enough to feel like a change of pace from what you're usually eating, but not crazy enough to where it feels unapproachable, if that makes sense. Like it still kind of feels familiar, but it just has like a different culture kind of twist on it.
And if you are a big, what's the ride?
Jungle Cruise.
Yeah. If you're a big Jungle Cruise fan, I think this is worth going to.
Yeah.
They do, like, they have like the lore really weaved into the servers. And if you look around, like all of the different rooms that are in there, and the food, I can read some of the options just in case you've never even looked or heard of Skipper Canteen. So they have like a fried rice, which is made with chili garlic shrimp and pork fried rice with eggs and peas, which sounds delicious.
Yum. Yeah. Seriously.
They have, and it's just kind of like classic foods that they just put that Latin or Asian
The
spin
twist.
on.
Yeah.
So they have a green salad, but then they add shishito peppers, pistachios, and then like a pepper yogurt dressing, which is just a little bit different. They have falafel. They have like the soup of the day kind of thing. And then when you get into their entrees, I do feel like because they know they're at Disney World, there are things that you can get that are definitely interesting. But then there's like char siu pork, which isn't like really out of the box. You can kind of get it anywhere. They have like a spice rubbed lamb chop, which we've gotten before, and it's really good.
Yeah.
Then they have like noodles with shrimp and like a spicy tamarind sauce. But then they have like a curry vegetable soup, which is not for everyone. So I feel like there's kind of a little bit for everyone, but you do have to kind of be willing to eat something with a little spice and a little flavor if you're going to go here.
I think that might be exactly right. I think it's kind of some of the dishes that people might gravitate towards are very much like meat, vegetable, rice, which is not necessarily super exciting, especially compared to some of the smaller stuff you can get throughout.
But it's also one of the only places I feel like where I know that we talk about a lot of times when we talk about food at Disney World, getting a fresh veg is not easy to find at Disney World all the time.
I agree.
True.
And so I think this is a good place to get kind of like a good, well-rounded meal.
Yeah.
I love it.
And fun fact before we move on, I lost my sunglasses at this restaurant forever ago, and Disney found them and they sent them to our address.
Also, I will chime in on this because Mr. Cool and Collected over here was not having a good time with those lost sunglasses the day after this. So I called Disney World Lost and Found.
Well, all right. Before we get ahead, I asked, "Do we have our sunglasses?" She goes, "Yep." I go, "Cool, great, awesome." So let's not telltales
I
out of
had
school.
my sunglasses, but so then the next day we went to Epcot and he was feeling a little down in the dumps. So, what's it called?
I bought some pirate sunglasses from one of the stands,
Yep.
and I drank a tequila flight at Cava del
Like
Tequila
11, yeah, at
like-
Cava del Tequila at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
First people in there,
yeah.
and he's ordering just a flight of tequila shots.
And then they found my sunglasses immediately after, so it was cause and effect. If I did
Yeah.
order all the tequila, at
And
11
we
a.m.
know even like Ray-Bans are really popular sunglasses, but we
Yeah.
told them there's going to be one rusty screw in the corner because we replaced it and they found the exact same ones and sent it back
Wow.
to our house.
Look at that.
That's
It was
awesome.
magical.
It was magical. It all ended up fine. Trying to
Yeah.
throw me under the bus.
You
I
tried to
didn't
throw
lose
me under the
yours.
bus.
So, leaving there, next we are going to one of your favorite places.
Yeah, has become one for sure.
Yeah, inspired by one of our favorites, Shay. But it is Aloha Isle. So this is also a single dollar sign, and they have all the Dole Whip your heart could desire.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love Dole Whip. Yes,
Yeah,
get a Dole Whip.
This one's like the Dole Whip destination.
It
I
is.
feel like.
It
Yeah.
is that like thatched roof building. It kind of looks like it would be the tiki room, but it's just right to the right.
Yeah.
It's next to, I've got my shirt on,
Oh hey.
the Magic Carpets of Aladdin. But this one has some interesting desserts that are made with Dole Whip. Do you want to talk about your favorite?
Yeah, I can open with the pineapple upside down cake. It is Dole Whip pineapple, Dole Whip vanilla, or swirl, and then it's like on top of a nice squishy pineapple cake. And you don't have to stick to one of those flavors; they'll do whatever you want.
Yeah, you can
yeah.
mix and match anything that comes out of the little thing. They'll
Yeah.
put in whatever variation you'd
Tell
like.
them the Park Squad pod sent.
Yeah, they'll know who we are.
But no, it's really good, and it's like a little bit more hearty than just a traditional Dole Whip. Like sometimes when you get to the bottom of the Dole Whip, it's just liquid. Where this way you have some
It
cake
soaks
to
it up.
absorb it, and you've still got some substantial dessert at the end of it. as
And
well.
it's only $7, which seems like a lot for a piece of cake if you're going to go to the grocery store. But from Disney World, it's
Yeah.
a steal.
Yeah. And I was gonna say that they'll only do what you ask if you're subscribed, right, Tommy?
They'll ask for your phone.
Yeah, they make you show them
And if
before
you're
you
not
can go
subscribed,
on
you get sent to the back of the line.
with nothing. And another thing I was just going to mention here that's
Yeah.
really good and kind of different is the Tropical Serenade, which is a pineapple orange guava juice, which is that POG juice, with coconut soft serve and a pineapple upside down cake pop.
Wow.
I had that, I think, before. I think, or maybe I tried one of my friends that had it.
I was gonna say,
But I know that I ordered what Tommy gets because I knew that Tommy liked it, and it was so delicious and so perfect. I love having like an ice cream with a cake that like soaks everything up and gets in there. Like it was so delicious. But this is your biggest, like you love a Dole Whip or the
Yes.
citrus swirl stuff. So this is so your place.
so if you're picky, get a Dole Whip and you will like it, hopefully. Because that's what I get every time and it never disappoints.
There we go.
And this one, they have a coconut cup, which I don't think they have coconut Dole Whip at many other locations. So I think because this one specifically is on the menu called
Yeah.
Coconut Cup, which is a choice of coconut and Dole Whip pineapple
I would
swirl.
I would
So you
like
can kind
that.
of get like a pina colada.
That's what
Oh,
I get.
yeah.
I get the coconut and Dole Whip on the pineapple upside down cake.
Oh, wow.
Very good.
I
Yeah,
would
it's
love that.
really good. And this is where they will have like if you've seen pictures of people taking like pictures of on Instagram of delicious looking floats or anything with Adventureland in the background, this is where they're getting it from. This is
Yeah.
where they'll put those seasonal items. We had a pistachio flavored one time, and I wish
Whoa.
that it would be there all the time. It was pistachio and tea.
Yeah. it
Oh
was
my
like a
goodness.
Oh.
sky.
It
Yeah,
was
really good.
so good.
Yum.
It was really good. All right. So leaving there, there's one that this is never open. And I think that they are retheming it, if I'm not mistaken. And this would be Tortuga Tavern, which has a single dollar sign again. My notes were $1 sign, never open, rethemed. So that's what I have about here.
I'm pretty sure that they released like some concept art with like a little parrot and a bunch of people sitting in there. And I don't know if it's going to be kind of, I feel like the vibe will be like a Skipper Canteen to Jungle Cruise with this to Pirates. I feel like it's kind of like an extension of the ride, like type of thing, which I think is cool. We've never been here, like you said, because I don't think it's ever been open since we've been going to Disney together. But I think that it would be something that's worth maybe checking out because I think that I like the whole Pirates vibe. And I think depending what kind of stuff they serve there and kind of what it's like, I think that'd be fun.
This is the place where they're doing the pirates thing.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
With, like, a little
Right
parrot and
now it
stuff.
has like, I don't think it is red from Pirates, but there's a woman pirate outside with like her foot on like a barrel, like a beer
Yeah.
barrel. But yeah, I think they're retheming it. When I was hearing it, I was hearing like lounge,
Yes.
Yeah.
but I
Lounge.
don't like when I hear lounge, I think of like Nomad Lounge. So I think
Yeah.
of like alcohol, but
small
I
bites of
don't
alcohol,
think
yeah.
it will be alcohol. I think it will just be small bites, like a tapas kind of style.
I agree. Yeah.
Right now, if they're ever open, they have a barbecue sandwich, orange chicken strips, which sound good.
Sounds
Delish.
awesome. Yeah, it sounds
Tossed
really
in
good.
a sweet orange soy glaze and topped
Yum.
with green onions. Sounds
Yum.
delicious.
Yeah.
They have like a generic hot dog, a barbecue slaw hot dog, which also sounds good. And then like a peanut butter and Nutella and banana sandwich.
Also
I would eat
sounds
all
good.
of those
Yeah, I
things.
would crush that.
Let's open the doors. Like we can just go
Honestly.
see if they got any in the back.
Wow.
Surely they have some banana sandwiches in there for us.
It sounds so good, but literally, I think I've been there maybe 4 times when it's not just extra seating for Pecos Bills.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
seating area is nice. I feel like it's like a nice bend of the park where it's a little bit quieter for what that's worth, and it's like a nice area. And usually it is just extra seating. Where I feel like if you had a little bit more going on, it would be kind of a nice spot to hang out for a little bit. Right now, it's kind of just like something you pass on the walk to like Big Thunder or something like
And
that.
it's not like Magic Kingdom isn't at capacity nowadays.
No,
Like
right.
it's not like we're really dipping in capacity.
No,
So having as many places open as we can would definitely be beneficial.
You would
I
think.
agree.
All right. Well, on that kind of low note, we are ending Adventureland and hopping over to Frontierland. And the first place that I have on here is one that doesn't have a lot of offerings, but they have some interesting offerings, and it's the Golden Oak Outpost. So when you are leaving Adventureland, it will be directly on your left, kind of catty corner to Tortuga Tavern. And this one has American style fare. And the one thing on their menu that stood out to me was chili cheese fries and loaded chicken strips,
Yum.
which sound real good.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I've ever eaten here. I don't know about you guys, other than when they have like specialty items for like Halloween or Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that this is also one that like I don't ever remember seeing it open when I would walk by. I don't know if it has like weird hours or something, but is this where they were selling beignets for a bit there?
Yes,
Okay.
because it's right. Like if you were to leave Splash Mountain and turn right, like it's right next to the
there.
ride.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe this will be a play where maybe this will be open more. If Tiana's opens and they do beignets, I could see this being like the
Sticking like a
permanent
mint
home
julep and a beignet here.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a good move.
And like I said, like they had those seasonal offerings. I don't remember. We had an empanada here.
It was red and green
Oh, yeah.
tamales.
Yeah, that was
really
good.
they were really like surprisingly good for a stand that, like you said, I never know was even open.
Yeah.
And then they had like a jalapeno tart, I think,
Mm.
like kind of like a Pop Tart kind of thing for Halloween. So these small little places are where a lot of those seasonal items that you see on Instagram or TikTok are, and they're hard to find because they're not going to be at your like bigger quick service restaurants.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you listen to this episode and you hear some place named and you don't immediately recognize it, that's where, funnily enough, a lot of the big, fun seasonal offerings tend to be in our experience.
And
But I don't. Go ahead.
Sorry. I also think that if you need a place to sit that's quiet because this isn't open, there is like a little seating area there that I've done like a pin unboxing there and nobody comes there, which I think is kind of hard to do at Disney parks to find a secluded, quiet area. So depending on if that's kind of your vibe and you just need a minute, I feel like that's a good option to go sit there and chill out.
I agree. But other than that, I don't think it has a whole lot to offer. So I'm going to move on to Pecos Bill, Tall Tale Inn and Cafe, which I always call it Pecos Bills.
Pecos.
Pecos?
Pecos Bill.
Pecos Bill. It will always be Pecos Bills.
Pecos Bills.
Pecos Bill.
I listen to other people say things like that and I cringe at it. And this is one that I'll die on that hill. That's what I have to call
For a
it.
while, I thought it was like Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. I was like, who is this Pico fella? And how did he, acquire Bill's Tall Tale Inn?
So this one has $1 sign as well. It is Mexican fare. So on here, they prioritize the desserts. When you click on their menu, it's desserts and then entree. You usually have to scroll like way down to find desserts. But they had for a little while, and I don't think they have it anymore, but they had walking tacos here, which were really good. But now they have kind of like just general things. You can get nachos. You can get cheeseburgers, which I wouldn't suggest from here.
Crazy, I feel like, yeah.
Fajita platter, chicken rice bowl. You can get like a salad with carnitas on top, taco trios. And they used to have like a salad bar type of topping bar. And so people went here and really, really enjoyed getting more bang for their buck by getting more shredded lettuce and tomatoes. But now, because ever since COVID, they have not had that. And it's probably a good thing anyway. To have just open food at Disney World is a little bit unhinged. But now you have to kind of ask for the toppings and they'll give it to you like in a little cardboard boat.
Yeah, I kind of miss the open topping bar, but I also
It reminds me of like a Wendy's.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But I also get why they kind of were, hesitant to bring it back. So it makes sense.
Yeah, it probably is a good thing that stayed. It's like one of the
Yeah.
benefits that left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for us, this is one. I think that like you, maybe Heidi,
I
have
don't like it.
become a Pecos Bill hater,
Yeah.
which I don't know if there are big Pecos Bills.
It seems like
fans,
people like
maybe?
Pecos Bills.
I think that it is just
Bills,
one of those
whatever it's
things where, like, I feel like that this kind of food, I feel like is either done well or not done well, and I think,
It's giving
the-
Taco Bell to me when I ate it.
but I like Taco Bell.
But I don't
my
like Taco
my
Bell.
my thing is that I think the 2 times now that we've talked about this, that we've had this, I think that it was just very like underwhelming, where it was very greasy or just like a lot
Yeah.
going on, and I think then we kind of got
turned off by it.
and we
Because
haven't went
I
back.
remember when we went, like I got
And this was
tacos.
topping bar time,
Yeah,
because
topping bar
we
time.
loaded up. I got my chips. I put sour cream. I
Yeah.
was like, I have no care in the world about this topping bar.
got-
Slapping sour cream, lettuce, cheese, all the stuff.
I
on
got
there.
tacos, and I remember that I could like choose. I think it was 3 tacos, and I could choose different meats. So I got like one of every meat, and I remember I liked one of the meats. The other ones
Yeah.
I was like, "Bleh, this is not good." And then ever since, and then I remember another time we tried to go. So maybe we only ate there once. Another time we tried to go, and because I wanted fries,
Oh,
and they didn't
they
sell
didn't have
fries.
fries, yeah.
So they will sell you a hamburger, but no fries. Which
Yeah,
again,
their sides are tortilla chips, cilantro rice, side of guacamole, pinto beans, a peanut butter and jelly uncrustable, or a cuties mandarin.
My
There you go.
yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Tommy.
No, I was gonna say this just very much feels to me like you are put in charge of like a family reunion. It's like you, your significant other, your kids, your parents, your significant other's parents. You have like 10 people to look after, and it's just like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna list out 5 ingredients, arrange it in 10 different ways, pick one, and let's keep it moving.
Agreed.
Because yeah, if you're kind of like, if you have a little bit more freedom and flexibility in what you have to eat, this would never be something that really reached out, unless we were down bad and it was like the only mobile order available or anything like that.
That's what I was going to say. It's not something that you plan to go to. It's somewhere that you are kind of, your hand is forced and it's the only place left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it is like you're in no man's land and you're starving and you would rather have something than like people screaming at each other.
Yeah. My only thought is that I think if they make this like a Tiana's place would be great. Like I know that we kind of talked about this before, where maybe having hot gumbo and things is not the best.
He
choice
doesn't
in Florida.
agree with me. I think
But-
the hot gumbo in Orlando is crazy.
I think
it's
that
not
it would
any
be
more crazy
delicious.
than like a fajita platter. I don't know.
Yeah.
With fresh
I-
vegetables on top.
Yeah, fresh vegetables, sure.
They're cold and crunchy.
No, if we bring back the salad bar or whatever, and then I'll hear that argument out.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I agree. I think really leaning into Tiana would be a really smart play because but then at the same time, what is Frontierland about Frontierland other than Big Thunder?
I think
Not a whole lot.
I think we've already lost because we got animatronic bears in Tiana. I think that the frontier is kind of
We
in the new
do, yeah.
frontier.
We'll just make it like Bayou Critter Country.
And I think you could even cut it like half and half. Like I think you could do like a Tex-Mex New Orleans
Right.
thing. Like there is a lot of shared
Yeah.
culture between Texas and Louisiana. They
yeah, there's a lot
border-
of spice.
Yeah, like East Texas is like basically Louisiana. So I think you could justify that and then act it as like a transition into the more traditional Western frontier land. But any sort of mix up, I would personally
Disney.
be kind of welcome to.
Hit him up. That was a good idea.
Seriously, what the heck? Imagineer Tommy is what I'm getting at.
Honestly. All right, going across the street is one of my little hidden gems, I think, here at Magic Kingdom, and it is Westward Ho.
Yeah.
So this one
Bacon.
has the thing I get every single time, which is a candied bacon skewer, which I wish they wouldn't serve with chips because it's $10 and that's astronomically priced for what you get. But it is really so good, but only if you like fatty pork belly or fatty bacon. If you don't get it.
I'm not a thick bacon boy, but I don't mind this one. I think it's okay.
I've never had it, but I want it.
I will not.
It's so good. You have to get it.
I gotta get it. You would not.
I will
you
never
would,
eat that.
You would hate it.
Heidi can eat. You can eat the bag of chips that come with it.
Yeah, that's
please.
perfect.
The
Exactly.
corn dog nuggets here are serviceable as well. Like they're obviously probably not as good as Casey's
Yeah, they're
Corner,
like a
but
little gummier than Casey's Corner because
Yeah.
they probably come from the same kitchen, but these ones have to be transferred all the way over
yeah, they
to
put
the
them in
other
one
side
of
of the
those big
park.
sheet pans and wheel
Yep.
it over. But they're like totally serviceable. And a lot of the times you can skip, the big line that you'll see at Casey's.
They also have jalapeno poppers, which are breaded jalapeno poppers stuffed with nacho cheese and served with ranch dressing. They look the exact same as corn dog nuggets.
Hmm.
So I just
Oh,
make sure
wow.
you're getting the right thing there. They're like are totally
Totally different.
Totally
encapsulated.
breaded, yeah.
Look the
But-
same. and different.
The one thing I had to say about here that I didn't even realize is that sometimes at Disney World, breakfast is hard to come by. And this has 3 different breakfast options.
Whoa.
So they have a breakfast biscuit sandwich with cheddar, which is fried chicken topped with a half egg omelet and cheddar, which sounds
Oh my
delicious.
Wow.
And then they have that. The other option is just pepper jack cheese. So the only thing that changes is the type of cheese, which seems silly to make it 2 breakfast items. And they have powdered cinnamon sugar donut holes.
Delish.
I would like that.
You would
I
love
like
that.
And
Yeah, they all sound really good.
and they also serve Joffrey's cold brew. No shaky Jamaica here,
No.
but
Thanks.
you can get caramel, hazelnut, or vanilla, or a seasoning offering as a add-in to your coffee syrup here.
Love it.
But I feel like that's like I can't eat eggs, so breakfast is hard for me anyway.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
just
kind
get
of-
the candied bacon skewer. But I think that breakfast is a hard thing to come by at
It
most
is.
of the parks.
Yeah.
I love a chicken biscuit with egg too. It's like
Yeah, sounds so good.
Yeah, it's a nice little bite to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was totally shocked when I went to look at that, and there were so many breakfast options on there.
Great.
Yeah,
I love it.
100%.
So going past there is one that I don't even know if it's open at the moment. It's the Diamond Horseshoe.
Oh yeah.
Do you know if it's open?
No, I know that the country bears always look in there when they're out meeting and greeting. They stare in the window. So either there's a lot of people in there or there's nobody in there.
Yeah, there's a ton of seating in there. And I guess like when it was closed, they were using it as that. And then it's always a treat trail location.
Yes.
They always put a treat trail in there.
So
But
I'll say no.
I don't think I've ever been in here, and I have absolutely no clue if it's open at the moment. But I can tell you what it is, and then we can decide if it's somewhere we'd like to go or not.
Okay.
So this is an all you care to enjoy. It is $42 per adult and $23 per child, which is better priced than some
Yeah.
for dinner and lunch.
Yeah.
So they have an all you care to enjoy Frontier Feast, which is diamond horseshoe salad, which is mixed greens, apples, cranberries, and cheese tossed with our house-made dressing. A saloon feast, which is roasted turkey, pot roast, and oven roasted pork with mashed potatoes, seasonal vegetables, herb stuffing, and house-made macaroni and cheese. And then ooey gooey toffee cake, which is vanilla toffee cake, chocolate sauce, and vanilla ice cream. They also have a plant-based cowpoke platter, which is cowpoke salad. They don't really tell you what it is. Just toss mixed greens with house-made dressing, which I don't know why they would take the apples and the cranberries out for the plant-based, but you don't get to enjoy anything nice, I guess. And then they have an impossible meatloaf, which is plant-based meatloaf with mashed potatoes, mushroom gravy, and seasonal vegetables. And then Johnny A. Appleseed's warm apple cake with caramel and whipped topping.
Sounds
I
pretty
will
good.
say that all I heard in my head was plant-based cow, and I said, "How does that make
Yeah.
sense?" But I do know that I've heard of this toffee dessert because I think people like either have talked about it before or they've had it before that I've seen. But I
Yeah,
really
they have it at
genuinely-
the next location we talk about has it as well. So I think
That's
that
why.
that's where a lot of people are getting it.
Yeah, because I think that this place probably is not open because I think that you would hear more people talk about another all you care to enjoy place. So
Yeah.
clearly this, like to me, maybe is just not a thing right now.
And looking at this menu, they have some impressive cocktails.
Sounds really nice. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a ginger pear snap, which is Tito's handmade vodka, Saint Germain elderflower liqueur, some ginger
Domaine de
liqueur,
Canton.
pear nectar, and lemon juice, which sounds so refreshing and delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They also have a Gold Rush, which is Kentucky bourbon, lemon juice, and honey garnished with crystallized ginger.
It's probably very nice.
All of these sound really good, and I feel like this can't be open because I feel like I would be seeing more of this
Agreed.
kind of like
Yeah.
it feels like a higher end option.
I guess and maybe we need to do some research on it, but I'm interested by it because the menu is like really fleshed out. So I don't know. It feels like maybe they're ramping up to
Open it
reopen,
again.
but yeah, it
Maybe,
feels
yeah.
weird for something like this to be on there, and some other things to be absent. But I don't
Agreed.
know.
Yeah. So, but I think that if it's open would be it sounds delicious.
Yeah.
It's giving me the same vibe as the Hoop-de-Doo menu.
Agreed. That's what I was going to say. It sounds very Hoop-de-Doo-ish.
Yeah.
So the next one, did I skip one? Where am I?
Yeah.
Oh, we moved right into Liberty Square without telling you.
Oh, there we go.
That's the problem, is that we just jumped right over the line into Liberty Square, right?
Yeah, I didn't know that the horseshoe was.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be a more Frontierland thing.
Yeah.
than
Agreed,
Liberty
but-
Square.
Yeah, so it's right on that cusp because this one is right kind of like across from the pin trading. So it's kind
Right.
of like leading you. It's the binder between the two.
Gotcha. Makes
Mhm.
sense.
So the next place, actually, I'm going to go out of my order and I'm going to pull up one that is $3 signs. It's another all you care to enjoy. This one is definitely open and it does have that sticky toffee pudding as well. And it's the Liberty Tree Tavern.
I've been here before.
Have you? How did you enjoy it?
We went, this is a long time ago. This is 2009. Like I don't know. Like all that I remember from this is Chippendale met us in a little pilgrim outfit, which I think is just interesting. And it was very Thanksgiving feast. It was like turkey stuffing, potatoes, mac and cheese, all those things. I don't know if any of that's still the same, but it was very Thanksgiving like menu. And I think this would be a place that Heidi would eat this up. And I do know that I probably didn't have the toffee pudding, or if I did, I obviously don't remember from 2009, but it sounds like something that I would like. It sounds
so
good.
This is the exact same food menu as what's the last one we just did?
Diamond Horseshoe.
Oh.
Yes, it's the exact
Oh.
same thing. So it seems like Diamond Horseshoe is not open
Okay.
because I don't know why you would have two places that have the exact same menu. The
Right.
only thing that's different are some of the cocktail offerings are not available on this menu, but they are available on the other one.
And
But
now
the food is the same.
is it still a character meal, or have they gotten rid of Chippendale?
I don't think it's been a character meal in a long time.
2009.
Because
Whatever.
the pricing here is $42 per adult and $23 for a child. And I think anytime you have characters in there, it is that $60 price
I was
point
gonna say, makes
for
sense.
like an all you care to enjoy or a buffet style.
Nice.
And this one is not like Crystal Palace because you do not get up and get your food. They bring it to you and then they'll just continue to bring more of whatever you'd like.
Nice.
Oh,
I like that.
interesting. Yeah, that's kind of nice.
So that one, I think that must mean that, Diamond Horseshoe is not open.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next I'm going to go to one that we have not been to, and we admittedly are haters of this from afar.
Mhm.
And
We're hating from outside the club.
we are, you can't even get in. But this is a single dollar sign. It has New England inspired favorites, and it's Columbia Harbor House.
I think this is the one I've been most excited to talk about because it is so fascinating to me. Because it's one of those things that if you listen to last week's episode, if you didn't, please go listen to last week's episode. You can find us everywhere at the Parks Yard Pod. But
Nice
if you
plug.
listen to last week's episode, we talked a lot about like things on the internet that people quote unquote like that maybe they don't actually like as much as they do. They're kind of just doing it to be cool. This is another one of those things where people on the internet really like this place, but they all qualify it before they say that they like it. They're like, now you might not think that like a seafood boil or like clam chowder would be good in Orlando, Florida in the middle of July, but it is. And that I kind of fully believe them. And I just need to try it for myself because when I think about it, I'm like, no, you're right. It sounds real
terrible.
gross, but everyone loves it.
Yeah, we went live this past weekend and we did Disney quick service food.
Everyone was
And
loving
this was like
it.
a sweep. Everybody was like
Everyone
Harbor
was like,
House,
this,
and I was,
this, and
and-
we're like,
and we had said because our only recollection of this is every time that we walk past and we
we're
go,
like,
there's no way that
stinks,
anybody,
and it smells like seafood.
Yeah. and everybody just raved about it. And I was like kind of on with Tommy where I'm like in my head, I think this wouldn't be good, but now I'm like it'd be so tasty. It would be hot, but it would be like, I think it would maybe potentially be okay, but it's
It
just
has
very
to be 'cause
interesting.
everyone loves it.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has to be one that like we have to check off that bucket list of trying it at least. Cause I'm like, I'm not a picky eater, as I think all of you know by now, but there are some places where I'm not trying to eat fish from, or
Right.
like shrimp or lobster. And in like my gut reaction is Disney, like Magic Kingdom is not somewhere where I'm trying to
That
have
makes
like a
sense.
lobster roll.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's Disney. So obviously it's not like gas station sushi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know that it's going to be safe and it's going to be well handled, but it just skeeves me out a little bit. And I think that I just need to open my mind a little bit.
Yeah, I think we just have to go all in and grab, because like the fish sandwich sounds awesome.
And
the
it
lobster
seems
roll
like
sounds good.
you can get like a good bang for your buck. Like this maple mustard glazed salmon served with green beans and rice for $14.79.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, no, this place is utterly fascinating to me. It's number one on my to-do list of things to do the next time we're at Walt Disney World, because every time people get on the internet and rave about it, I like don't believe them, but at the same time I do, because they're all like, yeah, like it sounds like it would not be very good, but it's actually like the best meal that you can get in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, like a New England shrimp boil. Shrimp, potatoes, corn, andouille sausage cooked in spiced broth served with a warm Parker House roll. It doesn't seem like that's what I'm doing when I'm leaving Haunted Mansion.
We're gonna, the four of us will roll up. We'll get one of everything, and we'll get to the bottom of this one way or the other.
I think another thing, I think for a while they had that black bunned burger.
Oh yeah,
like fish sandwich, and I think that threw me off a lot.
Yeah.
Did we eat that? I feel like we might have eaten that.
No, we had the Haunted Mansion shake from there, and we looked at the black bun burger, like the fish sandwich from afar.
Well, I will say that if either of you come down to visit me, we're gonna have a little clam chowder and whatever else we can get from Harbor House. That has to be on the list, because
maybe it'll be a balmy 97 one day, and we can go and warm up there.
It'll be cool.
Blowing on our clam chowder.
They also have a Boston cream pie, which sounds really delicious.
I mean, it's probably fantastic. Yeah.
And Disney probably needs to stop categorizing non-fat Greek yogurt as dessert on their menus. Every dessert has listed like it's essentially like a Chobani yogurt cup, and they're calling it dessert, which is diet culture, and I don't like it.
Oh my goodness, that is hilarious.
I saved, so that's definitely on our list for sure. And I know that we're gonna have people who are listening to this that are gonna agree with us that we are definitely just haters and we have to go try it.
Yeah, we'll do it.
The next place and the final place in Liberty Square is a Park Squad favorite, and it is Sleepy Hollow Refreshments.
Woohoo!
Go ahead, Heidi. Share, rave about this place.
Go off, Queen.
I'll go off. I used to be a hater. I used to not accept the fact that this waffle was good because I thought I didn't like Nutella. But then I ate it a few times, and every time... Okay, yeah, you can continue.
She said, I think that we should share to see if I like it. And of course, I'm so stupid, and I go, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And she ate almost the whole waffle.
Yeah, I was like, this is banging. Like, why have I not been eating this the whole time?
But then I go, like I want to go back. And Heidi goes, no, it's okay. We'll just go get something else later. I kind of wanted the waffle. Like, I like the waffle.
I ate most of the waffle. We moved on.
And all the fruit. And I'm
Next
like, okay.
Next time I'll get my own.
I think it's good. And I've never had really anything else. Like, I haven't had the hand-dipped corn dog and all those things. But this is just, to me, the quintessential Magic Kingdom thing. And I know that we collectively love this. Like, there's been times we go get ours, we go to the Hubgrass, we go to that little table by the Christmas shop. Yeah. There are little spots. I think this is just a very us thing, but also I think a very fan favorite Magic Kingdom thing. And I think this is for sure worth it, because it's like is it like $8 or $10?
Yeah, the fresh fruit waffle is $8.49, and it's served with strawberries, bananas, blueberries, and hazelnut spread. And I do know, because I accidentally got the wrong order last time, that if you can't eat bananas or can't eat berries or one or the other, they will make you one with only one type of fruit. Because I think I got one that was exclusively berries.
I remember.
And I love the bananas.
Yeah.
Brandon and I walked away with 2 waffles that had no bananas in them, and we showed up and you
didn't say a thing.
Like,
I was like, this is wrong.
Why are there no bananas? We're I don't know. We just took a waffle and left. I don't know.
And Disney being Disney, they were really great about it, but they can't take it back. And so we ended up offering like a family of like 5. They had like a bunch of little kids, and I'm like, they're going to spend an arm and a leg going here. And so we offered them the ones, and they took the ones with no bananas. And then Disney remade us the ones with bananas.
The full array. Yeah, it all worked out.
Yeah.
and the what's it called? The chicken waffle sandwich
Yeah.
for
Oh, yeah.
lunch.
Mhm.
I don't know what the specific deets on that are, but that's good too. I don't think it's as good as the fresh fruit one, but it is. It's the sweet and spicy chicken waffle sandwich, broccoli slaw with the honey sriracha glaze, and it comes with chips, whatever.
Why are
But
you
it's-
sounding so bored reading it? It is delicious.
But it is I was getting over the description because it is really good.
You made it sound like that part was bad. It's
No,
good. It's a good lunch
It's good.
option.
It's not as good as the fruit one, but it is good.
And the fruit one is available all day. And then weird, the turkey leg is available after 9 p.m.
As a little nightcap.
You can go there and just enjoy a
Yeah.
light turkey leg between the hours of 9 and 11 p.m.
So you,
You
can't
can-
see what you're eating.
You can settle down and tuck in for the night after a nice turkey leg. Crazy. I just think that this place, though, anywhere, because all of these things to me are expensive things, like
Yeah.
fruit. Nutella is not a cheap thing, and like a waffle for breakfast. I think that having all this in one thing, and you can either eat it like a taco, you could cut it. I just think it's
So
such a
good.
great breakfast, and it's one that you can take to go mobile, which is also like a plus, where you don't
Take
have to
mobile.
sit there.
We're going mobile.
You're going mobile.
Sport mode, yeah.
because I feel like that sometimes it does get busy, and sometimes things, if you have like a big tray full of stuff, it's kind of hard to walk around the park with a bunch of food. I feel like this is an easy thing, and there are little spots that you can go find that aren't necessarily at Sleepy Hollow to sit.
They also have Mickey shaped waffles here, which are weirdly hard to find in Magic Kingdom.
Yep.
So if you or your kid are craving just a Mickey shaped waffle, they have them here. You can get them with strawberries and powdered sugar for $7.49, also with whipped cream, or you can just get Mickey waffles with powdered sugar for $6.49.
Love it.
Nice.
So this is definitely a must do. And I also like every single time we go to Magic Kingdom, this is what we eat for breakfast, and we sit in the hub grass
Have to.
and the Dapper Dans come down. But I would suggest this is one that I would mobile order for a time slot where you know you're going to get it before you go.
Yeah.
Because they don't start making it until you're there. So it's not like it's going to get soggy.
Love it.
All right. So that is the end of Liberty Square. And now we are into Fantasyland. So the first one, I know this is one that Heidi eats at. It
Woo.
is Pinocchio Village House.
Oh yeah, controversial place, I guess. After the live, people were like hating on the pizza, and I'm like,
People
But-
dunk
it's
on
so
that.
good.
But I also think it's like, because I shared that at Cast Connection, they sell the Pinocchio pizzas in the
Mhm.
freezer. So people were like, they can't be good. But I do think that
is
they do
good.
serve their job, and they are good. And I think it's kind of like a vibe thing also. Like I'm
It's
not
cute.
You
I'm
love
not a
the
big
vibe here.
Pinocchio fan, but I think that the vibe is awesome. I like how you can sit by Small World. I just think it's very themed well, and it fits in Fantasyland. And I do think it is maybe one of the only places you can get a pizza. Like, is there anything else really?
No, I don't think
Like
so.
here.
I don't think so, yeah.
So I think that if that's kind of your vibe, and sometimes they do have like a different one that's not just like a pepperoni and cheese. They have like a seasonal one, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes
But
I-
it's a safe bet for
is
someone
a safe
who
bet.
is a picky
Yeah.
eater, or even like for kids and stuff. It's something that you can like go and share, and like the
Yep.
vibe's good in there. It's inexpensive.
it's
so
indoor seating.
It does what it does. What
And
it
there's a
needs to
lot
do.
of seating.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'll read some of the offerings here. This is another one that's only $1 sign, which means under $15. There's an all meat flatbread, which is sausage, pepperoni, ham, bacon, tomato sauce, and mozzarella. A gourmet cheese flatbread,
Mm.
which is tomato sauce, and then the gourmet cheeses are mozzarella, provolone, and parmesan, which is very funny to me. They have a buffalo chicken flatbread, which is grilled chicken, mozzarella, ranch, buffalo sauce, and crumbled ranch flavored tortilla chips.
Ooh.
And then there's a pepperoni flatbread, which obviously we know what that is. And then they have, and this is what we've gotten here. We usually split some sort of flatbread, and then they have a chicken Caesar salad for $11.79, or a regular Caesar salad. And then, like you said, Heidi, they have stuff for everyone. So they have that quintessential chicken strips and French fries for $10.99.
Love it.
Yeah, I like this place. I think it's a good mix of kind of being safe in respect that it's something, there's something there that like anybody could get, but it is different enough to still feel kind of fun. Like
Yeah.
splitting a flatbread and a chicken Caesar salad is not, eating hamburgers and French fries,
Yeah.
right? It's like
Mhm.
a little bit off. You get some greens, you get a little bit of a change of pace, but it's not, something super crazy where you can't, bring anybody in your party there.
They also have breadsticks, garlic breadsticks with house marinara sauce, which sound really good.
Yummy. Yeah.
Yum.
I like it.
And then they have like kids menus, which has like a ham and cheese sandwich or a turkey and cheese sandwich. So that's a good option if you have like a really picky eater who's not
Yeah.
going to eat even chicken tenders.
Nice.
So moving on in Fantasyland, next we have, which needs more representation. It is a Robin Hood themed eatery It's the Friar's Nook, and I wish it was more heavily themed to Robin Hood
Yeah, seriously.
because it's not themed to him at all. There's nothing about him. Give me more.
The name is like vaguely related,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah.
And then it has like obviously the friar, like he's on the sign, but that's that.
Yeah.
This is another one that is $1 sign, and this one again has another breakfast option, which is hard to find here. So this has a breakfast sandwich, which is sausage, egg, and cheddar served on a pretzel bun with tots for $9.25.
Oh,
Th-
did you
this-
try that?
No, this is a place though
I
that's
need to
on my
eat
that's
that.
on my list because they have like a thing there that's like the tots with like mac and cheese and stuff. Like that is just so my vibe. I think that would be so delicious.
Why have we not eaten there?
I don't know. I feel
They
like
also have a sausage and gravy tots. So it's a side of
Wow.
tots served with sausage gravy for $5.79, which
Good.
sound like if you're not at Hollywood Studios for Woody's Lunchbox, this is just that minus the eggs.
yeah,
I thought you ate there last time.
No, never eaten
Wow.
here.
I want
And
that.
then they have a
pretzel
cinnamon sugar donut holes covered in cinnamon sugar, which sound delicious. And then
Good.
their lunch options,
Mm.
we've eaten here. We ate here
Yeah.
when there was Toad's
Oh yeah, the little
Wild
Burger.
Boar Burger.
Yeah.
And people were big haters on that. They
I
said
like
it was
that
the
one, too.
worst thing they've ever had, which is just a
crazy.
lie.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah,
People were just lying on the internet.
No, but it's like, yeah, it's a good selection of tater tots, which is like a quality theme
delicious.
park offering, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, they have bacon, macaroni, and cheese hot dog. They have curry brat tots, which is tots chopped with bratwurst, curry ketchup, and applesauce, which we've had this and it was good.
Yeah.
Creamy bacon, macaroni, and cheese tots, creamy bacon, macaroni, and cheese, all beef hot dog served with tots, and bratwurst served with tots.
Yum.
Wow.
Lots of tots.
Tots.
But it sounds good, and this is another place that they have those seasonal savory options. I feel like a lot of them are sweet,
Yeah.
and this is where you can get
Yeah.
those savory
I was
ones.
gonna say, I feel like we end up back here a lot trying to get those seasonal limited time offerings, stuff like
Yeah.
that.
The next one holds a lot of memories for us,
Yeah.
and it is Storybook Treats.
Yeah,
So
some
good.
of my best food memories with all of us are here, and
Oh,
there's
yeah.
there's two of them. I'll let you say one,
I'll do the one.
and then I'll say my absolute favorite though is not the one that you said. It's very
Yeah.
close. Is the Little Mermaid offerings when all of us who are not big Little Mermaid fans by
Nope.
any means,
Kind of
We ha-
haters.
we yeah, exactly. We had to have everything. We went up and it was like a shake, and I don't even like know exactly all the stuff, but they were beautiful. And I think this is a super like Instagrammable location where they always have like a dwarf cone or like a princess cone or
And
something
it
cool and
also
different.
tastes good because sometimes
Really.
the Instagrammable stuff isn't
Yes,
like you're not going to really eat it. Like you like trudge through it because you paid for it, but this stuff is actually good.
it's good.
Yeah, it's very good. The other good story is we went here for some specialty ice cream. So, like we said, they have like the different options, and we're so excited about this. Then we are filming our ice cream. Haley and I have our cones. They look great. We're like filming it. We're so excited. We take a lick and then we go, want to swap? Yeah. And then we switch arms underneath, lick the ice cream.
And it was after talking about how people just don't do that at all and like are grossed out by it, and we were just like, no, that's a normal thing. People share
Yeah.
food.
We're definitely food sharers. Like I would share food with somebody I met probably 20 minutes ago.
Yeah,
Which is,
if the food
it's
looks
probably
good
a
enough,
gross
yeah.
take on the internet.
No, but I'm going to say that if you ate from that topping bar at Pecos, Bill, you should
Oh,
be
you're
sharing food.
yeah, you've
You're
noted the
essentially
judge
already sharing food.
Yeah,
You're
you,
sharing food with
You
you
lemon
can't say
people.
sharing food's gross when you in 2019 were dipping into that topping bar.
Yeah, DIY not showing from the topping bar. You're sharing with thousands of people. Right now, what they have there is they have the Rapunzel Sundae, which is shortcake with wild berry soft serve Dole Whip, lemon topped with berry compote and sugar flowers.
Sounds pretty good.
Which I
Yum.
feel like didn't they have that in a cone version, and now they've put it on a cake, which I,
I think
think
so.
is
Mhm.
great.
Good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
They also have an Aurora cone, which is Dole Whip strawberry with
We had
blue
that.
soft serve topped with
Yeah, I did have that.
white chocolate, crisp pearls, and a sugar cone.
It was good.
Yeah, because it was just
you
like a
had that
blue
one?
flavor.
I did have
Yeah,
it. Yeah, it was a blue flavor. I don't know what the flavor was.
But it was
almost like
good.
cotton candy.
It was
but
yummy.
It was quite good.
Yeah, either cotton candy or blue raspberry.
Mm.
yeah.
One of the
Two very American
The
flavors
two,
there.
yeah, the two blue flavors.
Yeah, but yeah, if there's one thing about me, if it is limited time, if you're telling me that it's going to be gone, I get it now. And that's what happened with those Ariel treats is I saw it. I am the queen of overconsumption. It's terrible.
And I
Can't
think
miss out on this fine ice cream.
It was in the video too, where you guys bought one thing and it's like you're trying it, and then all of a sudden it just like turns and Haley just has like every other thing, and she's like, "We went back, we're trying everything."
And it,
Too
The
good.
worst FOMO.
no, but it is true because it's like I think that Disney's good at that where they have a limited time thing, and I think like if you go often, you want to
You
try
want
those
it.
things
Yeah.
because you can sometimes maybe more often have the stuff that's always there. So I think that we are to the target demo for
Yeah.
people that want the limited offer.
Yeah. Marketing people, I'm their target. It's me. They're like, what will this girl buy? Anything? Okay, let's make it look enticing.
Yeah, there's marketing executives getting bonuses every quarter because we have to buy everything.
The next place I only included because I do feel like it's kind of a cult classic and a favorite, and it's the Cheshire Cafe. This really only has 3 food offerings. They have the Cheshire Cattail, which is like a braided croissant with chocolate, and then it has like pink and purple stripes on the
Like
top.
frosting, yeah.
And then there is a pepper jack pretzel, which are good. They're like the big pretzels that are stuffed with cheese.
It's like a Wawa pretzel.
Yeah, well, people don't know Wawa, I don't think.
Some people know.
I do. I know Wawa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, now that they've moved a little further south. And then there is a Merry Unbirthday Cupcake, which is a sprinkle-filled birthday cake flavored cupcake with tea-infused buttercream for $6.10, which I feel like would be cute if you had a kid who had a birthday and you wanted to get like a special
Oh,
treat for them because it's
Yeah.
filled with sprinkles.
Sprinkles.
I was gonna say pass because I feel like all the cupcake experiences I've had at Disney
Well,
are like
because I
weird.
think that a Disney cupcake is very like much more for show versus
yeah.
actual eating. So I
Yeah.
think sometimes if you can find a good one, I'm a big Cheshire Cat tail
Brittany
fan.
loves it.
I think though now what this is probably not a good breakfast, but I used to have it for breakfast, but now it's been replaced by the fruit waffle. So I never really get a Cheshire Cat tail
But sometimes
because
you want it as a snack, and then I say,
Yeah, because-
you don't need that.
yeah. But I think that
Heidi,
it-
the voice of reason.
she does. I think that it's a fun area. I think
It's
that I
cute.
like how like everything is kind of themed to Alice in Wonderland, even if I'm not like the biggest ever fan of that movie. But I do think it is good, even if it is just like a chocolate chip
Yeah,
croissant with
it
icing.
It is a good croissant, I will say.
Yeah, it's
And
pretty
this
good.
is another place where you can find some Joffrey's coffee in the park, some cold brew. And they
Yeah.
also have a couple cool slushies, like tea flavored. So they have like a mixed berry tea slushy with whipped cream and sprinkles, and then they have a blackberry tea slushy with whipped cream, which both sound like cool, like different options that you don't, if you didn't go there, you wouldn't know existed.
Yeah, for
Yep.
sure.
I like that. Yeah.
That's one we usually pass up, but I feel like it's
Yeah, sometimes
it
they have,
does
like,
the
spooky treats and
Yeah.
whatever. for
Yeah,
that.
the party.
but like
theme,
the
yeah.
purpose that
Mhm.
it serves is exactly what it is. It gives you a little pastry and then some coffee.
Drinks. Yeah.
Quick little grab. Yeah.
So going kind of down the other route of Fantasyland here is Gaston's Tavern, which is another one that has some people's favorite snack in all of Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cinnamon
Have
roll.
you guys had the cinnamon roll before?
We've had the
We
cinnamon
have.
roll and the LeFou
The
brew.
LeFou.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the LeFou brew, I think, is very sweet. And I think maybe doesn't pair well with a sweet cinnamon roll. I feel like that the cinnamon roll is like a coffee type of thing that you'd get a coffee and have that. I like the cinnamon roll.
Mhm.
I think that you got to get it with extra icing if you do. I think that it is though one of those things where it's not very cooked through, I think, all the time. So it is like more of a doughy thing, which I love, but some people don't like. I know that you don't like a textury doughy thing.
Yeah.
Whereas I like if I could have the whole cinnamon roll be like the interior
center.
of the cinnamon roll. Yeah, that's what I want.
I think it's good. I feel like there's just other things I would prefer to get. So I feel like we
That's fair for
never
you.
really like.
we never really
prioritize.
go. Yeah, but
It's good.
I would like it more.
Yeah, I know. Don't know if it was together, but I've had LeFou's brew before.
It was, yeah, I've had it, so it's probably.
But I don't know
together.
that we had the cinnamon roll,
Well, I
which
was
is
gonna
weird that we had
I
one
was gonna
without the
say,
other.
I think we have had the cinnamon roll, but I think it was
We
early
try.
on, maybe, yeah, in the life of Gaston's Tavern,
Ooh.
like the first year or so. And I remember it being very dry and us being very disappointed. So maybe they
Oh.
reworked it because, yeah, the idea of like a
A warm,
doughy,
gooey
melty
cinnamon roll.
sounds awesome, and
Mm.
I get that, but we haven't gone back. I feel like
Yeah.
because our initial experience was so subpar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and this is one. The cinnamon roll is $7, $6.99, and it is big. Like you can share it. Like if everybody just wanted like a bite, you could definitely share it with like 2 parents and a child.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Agreed.
And then LeFou's brew is a frozen apple juice with a hint of toasted marshmallow and topped with all natural passion fruit mango foam, which I do think is an interesting combination of flavors. I don't think it was our favorite when we had it.
No.
No.
But I do think that one time I went, I got the souvenir stein. Shocking.
Yeah.
The other things they sell is they have the gray stuff cupcake, which is chocolate cupcake topped with the gray stuff and crispy pearls. And then they have a ham, provolone, and Swiss sandwich served with chips, which sounds good.
Yeah,
Sounds
that
good,
sounds
yeah.
really good. I would.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been enticed. I would go back for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely somewhere that we usually skip over,
Mhm.
Us too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
but maybe we'll have to go
Yeah,
back.
maybe they'll have to change.
All right, right next door, the biggest, well, second biggest restaurant here in Fantasyland is the Be Our Guest. So this one is $4 signs. It is $70 per adult and $41 per child. And that is, they only have, I think they used to have a breakfast option, and now they only have lunch and dinner. And this is another one that is kind of like a prefix where you choose an appetizer, you choose an entree, and then you choose a dessert.
Yeah. This
So
is.
we-
Oh, sorry. No, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say we did this one time. We missed the fireworks like dummies, where
Yeah.
we could have just gone outside. The people next to us left, and I was like, they just left in the middle of their thing. No, they just asked and
Yeah,
went outside to
They
see
watch
them.
the fireworks. Yeah.
Bunch of dopes over here. So if you're there during fireworks, you can ask to leave your table, and they will say that's fine. But when we went, I think I was underwhelmed for $140 per couple plus tax.
Yeah, it's expensive for sure.
Yeah, I think that this is one we have not done. And I think it is because of the price point. And I don't think that people love it as much as they should for that price point. Like I do think that it is a missed opportunity if it isn't great food, because like Beauty and the Beast seems like a thing where you'd go to this place and
Fancy.
it's all about
The
it's the whole food thing. So I think that maybe it should be better. I don't know if you can still meet characters. Like I know like the Beast used to be in there. I don't know if he's still
Yeah,
in
I was trying to look that up because I've seen things on the internet recently where people were very disappointed at their character interaction because I think when we went at the end of your meal or at some time you got to go up and like take pictures with the beast instead of
Right.
it being like they're coming around and walking through because there are 3 different dining areas. There's the Grand Ballroom, the West Wing, and then the Rose Gallery.
Yeah.
So I think to have the Beast kind of circle through and try and get to everybody's table when they're like turning tables over so regularly
Yeah.
is hard logistically.
Agree.
And there's no bell in there, which is weird.
Weird. Yeah.
So
yeah,
it was
like,
just the Beast, I
Yeah,
think.
I was gonna say I remember when we went. Yeah, it was just the Beast, and he had like a little area over kind of off the side where you can kind of see it from where at least where we were sitting. And it was like, yeah, one of the situations when you were done eating, you kind of picked up all your stuff and you walked over, you took your pictures, and then you kind of left. Which was nice in that you were like kind of guaranteed a picture.
Yeah.
So I can definitely see it be like
And I don't know
disappointing
if
it's
that's
just like
what it is anymore.
Yeah, it's obviously been a while, so
But the theming in here is fantastic.
It's really good. Yeah, it is
So
really good.
they have like interactive windows where at night it's dark and it looks like it's snowing outside and things are changing. And then like they have the rose and the petals are falling off. So I think that if you're a really, really big, like if this is your movie, then
you're
I
a
think it's
metalhead, you
gotta go,
1,000
yeah.
times, like I think it's worth the money because it is
Yeah.
really immersive when you're in there. And I would definitely take time while you're in there to just like walk around and look at all 3 rooms instead of
For
feeling
sure.
like you're stuck. Disney's
Mhm.
usually pretty good about you like really getting to take everything in while you're in there.
Yeah.
I was gonna just touch on some of the food because we haven't really talked about that. And if you guys haven't been here, just to see like if anybody thinks it was worth it, if they're on the fence. So the appetizer options you get to choose one are French onion soup, tuna tartare, sweet corn bisque, mixed green salad, and escargot. Which I think we definitely want the escargot. It sounds like something we would do.
Yeah, it does.
Heidi's dream appetizers right there.
Just snails with garlic and butter.
Wow.
And then your entrees, you have a choice of pork tenderloin, trout, grilled filet mignon, beef short rib, pan roasted squash, and then a roasted chicken. So again, there's kind of all different options there. But I think I was also underwhelmed with the portion that we got for $70, if I remember. And then when we went, they gave us all of the desserts, which was really nice. It was like
Yeah.
on a little tray.
Yeah.
But now when I'm looking at here, they don't have the gray stuff is not on the desserts.
That's wild.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
Which
it
is
comes
crazy.
like automatically. Like maybe it just like is included with the dessert. It's like, oh, here's the
Yeah,
dessert you chose
maybe.
and the gray stuff.
Maybe.
It's like a non-negotiable. But I definitely remember getting it, so it'd be weird if it was no longer an option.
But I don't know if since they added it to Gaston's, they want people to
Gaston's,
pay
yeah.
for it. I don't know. But your dessert options are a dessert trio, chocolate tart, dark chocolate truffle, and a lemon jam macaron. And then, or you can have a vanilla cake with lemon curd. So the options I think are fine, but I think like we said for $70, I don't know if that's where I'm going. And then there is wine, beer, and specialty cocktails, but you would have to add that onto the cost.
Yeah, pay additionally.
I think that it's one of those things sometimes where the more expensive Disney character meals aren't always the best food quality. They're more about the experience of experiencing the characters and the vibe. So I think that it's kind of unfortunate that it is expensive. And if it's not the best, I think that people would go in thinking that for $70 a person, it's going to be a good meal. And if you guys didn't really have like the best ever experience, I feel like then you probably would never go back.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think I would ever pay again unless I had a kid who was really into Beauty and the
Beauty and
Beast.
the Beast.
Yeah, and I think it's like presented as like it's going to be a nice, like more upscale meal as well.
Yeah.
So for it to not
Yeah.
exactly hit that bar
Yeah.
is definitely sometimes disappointing. But it's been a while for us, so I don't know.
The next place we're going in Fantasyland is another place that is, I don't think, ever open. I don't even know if you guys remember that it exists, and it's Prince Eric's Village Market.
No.
Did you know that
Didn't even know.
existed?
No. Is this where Big Daddy Triton is outside somewhere near there?
It is right next to Daddy Triton, across from the Little Mermaid ride and Ariel's Grotto over there.
Interesting.
So it's right next to, I believe there's a DVC
Yeah.
Yes.
like outpost over there. But they serve, when they're open, a turkey leg served with chips for $15.49, a jumbo pretzel with cheese. So these are the big like Bavarian style pretzels. They're not the Mickey pretzels, which
pretzel.
are better. They're better pretzels in the park. The Mickey ones are Instagrammable, but the big ones are good. You can buy a pickle for $2.29, grapes for $3.39, and then they have a blue raspberry slushie or the frozen Coke slushie, and that is it.
I don't know if I realized that turkey legs run you $15.50.
Well,
Me
they
neither.
add on chips and they
Crazy.
call them a meal. That's the
Yeah.
problem. It's the same thing with the candy
Wow.
bacon skewer.
Yeah.
I also think it's hilarious how you can just buy grapes. It's like
Yeah.
very funny to me.
$4 worth of grapes.
$4 grapes and a $15 turkey leg is so crazy.
$20 on it.
It's all about
like a bag
balance.
of Lay's chips and grapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, goodness. So that one, I don't know. Do you guys have anything to say about that one?
No,
No, me neither.
pass on that one.
It's funny. It gets classified as $2 signs, and all it has is a turkey leg.
Yep.
Turkey leg. Yeah.
Wow.
So this is probably the most iconic, and even you might not know that there was a restaurant in here. It is Cinderella's Royal Table, and this one has $4 signs, and it is inside of Cinderella's castle. And this one is princess dining, so they don't specify which princesses because I think sometimes it switches out. But your little ones may enjoy going and seeing a variety of their favorite princesses. So for breakfast here, it will run you $69 per adult and $42 per child, which is a little steep. And then lunch and dinner are $84 per person for an adult and $49 per child.
Wow.
And this one is another prefix one. So this one is probably the most expensive character dining, I think.
I don't know about anybody else. I've eaten here before.
Have you?
We
Back-
we
Back in 2009, just like
That was your trip of
was a
character
magical
dining.
year.
bougie trip. And I think this was because it was my sister's birthday, and I don't know if you can do this or how this works. Like we got the dining plan and we were able to like merge dinners.
You can put two
or
together for
something.
like the
Exactly.
higher end ones.
Yeah. So we did that. And I know that it's probably changed obviously since then, but we walked in and you met Cinderella and the prince right there. And then you went upstairs and then it was like the fairy godmother and the mice up there. Now I know it's just the princesses. I think that it is one of those that really most people don't go and eat at. And I don't remember my parents saying that the food was the best for the price point of what it was. I think that if you love Cinderella and you want to say that you've ate in the castle and you're able to like afford that, I think it's great. But I think like kind of on the same length of Be Our Guest, I feel like that maybe you would be disappointed in how the food is. Yeah, I guess it's just not for everybody.
Yeah, I think it still is where you're guaranteed a picture with Cinderella at the bottom. I don't know if the prince is there as well. And then you like walk up the stairs and it opens up into the dining room.
Gotcha.
And I know
Yeah.
that they have Mulan. I think Tiana is there now sometimes. I think it's just like a variety.
Princesses.
But I can read also some of the foods.
Yeah.
If we think that it's going to be worth your while.
Yeah.
So for the $70 breakfast for an adult or $42 for a child, you get assorted pastries, worth the price. Traditional breakfast, which is scrambled egg, sausage, bacon, and potatoes. You can choose shrimp and grits, beef tenderloin, and egg, caramel apple stuffed French toast, royal avocado toast, or baked quiche. None of which sound like a $70 entree to me. I don't
No,
think.
no.
Wow.
Like that breakfast platter, I think is probably the equivalent, probably a little bit nicer and more freshly cooked, but you can get it at Pop Century for $13.99.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
This is
think you're definitely paying for the experience.
yeah, this
Yeah,
is
it's
this is
definitely
just all about
experience.
paying to be in the castle and seeing princesses for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah. And then for dinner and lunch, you get 3. So you get an appetizer, which you can choose soup of the day, castle salad, chilled jumbo shrimp, or braised beef. The shrimp probably has 2, but that's okay. The entrees are roasted lamb chop, crab topped catch of the day, Parisian gnocchi, grilled filet mignon, or marinated grilled chicken. And then for your desserts, you can have Jacques and Gus, which is cheesecake with seasonal flavors and garnishes, which is a very cute name. Coffee pot de creme, which is coffee infused coconut custard, passion fruit gelée, and crumbled chocolate espresso beans. Or the clock strikes 12, which is a dark mousse with a with a caramel and crunchy praline center served with chocolate sauce and hazelnut gelato. And then there's different things for the kids. So the kids' dessert, because I was reading those and I was like, yeah, I don't think any children would
Coffee.
enjoy that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the kids can, for their dessert, can choose build your own cupcake, a seasonal sorbet, or a yogurt parfait. And their dinners are different as well, just
Nice.
for that price point. So
Yeah.
it's not just like a kid version of that.
Yeah, I think that if you're able to and your kids are big princess people and you want to say that you've been there, like, of course, any experience is a cool one. Like, obviously, to eat in Cinderella Castle is really cool. I just think that maybe it isn't in terms of the food worth the price point, but the experience probably is for kids to see their favorite princesses in Cinderella Castle is a really cool thing that, like,
Yeah.
you can do.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, definitely the experience. I feel like if I just had unlimited money, I would just
Yeah,
go
like
do
if you
that.
go to
Like,
the
that'd be so
boutique and bring
cool.
your kids to
Yeah.
there
That's what
and
I
then
was
go
just
see their
gonna say.
Like,
princesses, I
it
think
would be
that's
a
so
whole
fun.
thing. I feel like that would be awesome and like cool to see it through like a
Their
child's
lens.
eyes,
Yeah.
especially.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'd have to bite the bullet on paying that much money. You'd have to
Yeah,
feel
I think
good
it would
about.
have to be like a full out bougie day for your kids, like maybe their birthday or like the Christmas
Yeah.
trip or whatever, where like you take your kids to the Bibbidi Bobbidi boutique, they get all dolled up, they become Prince Charming or whatever, and then you take them there right after. So it's just like a very magical day, but it's a
Yeah.
magical day that would cost you an arm and a leg.
Yeah, but between the food and the experience, I think if you're going to go for one of those experiential dinings, I think that one probably makes the most sense. To go for,
Absolutely.
so.
And at that point, like what's the difference of like $10?
Yeah,
Where you're
but
going from like any all you care to enjoy character dining to that one, I think
Right.
the upcharge is worth it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you can see the
I
value.
agree. I thought it was more, to be honest, than what you said, that like going into it. So that makes sense. That's
Yeah,
like a
I know
cool-
we looked at it and we're like, are we really going to spend $170
Yeah,
for
we
the
had
two of
it
us to
booked.
go
We
for
ended up
lunch? Probably not.
we canceled our reservation, which was probably one of the few
Sound,
responsible
yeah.
decisions we've made inside the Disney World parks. So now we are leaving and we are in our final land, which is Tomorrowland. There's only 3 places to eat here. So the first big one, I think that everybody has probably been inside if you've been to Magic Kingdom, is Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is one that, again, we probably once a trip eat at. And I think sometimes you're just in the mood for like a chicken tendy or a burger. And this is, I think, the place that most people would go. I know that like you either love Mr. Sunny Eclipse or you don't like that kind of vibe. It always is, though, very, very busy in there, I feel
Yeah.
like. But I do think that it is like a good spot. It is indoor. So
It's the job done. I feel
Yep,
like I
yep.
feel like it's the reliable place to
It's
go.
old
Like, if
reliable.
you don't know what you're doing when you're at Magic Kingdom and you're in like you're starting to get hungry, people are getting angry at each other. It's like, let's just go there. Everyone will get something. We'll
Yep.
sit down, AC, you'll be fine.
Yep.
And yeah, that's what I think of.
Yeah, they have the offerings they have here. If you have not been, there's like a bacon barbecue cheeseburger. There's a grilled chicken sandwich. They have a regular cheeseburger. They have a cheeseburger that has, it seems the same, just with bacon.
Yep.
And then they have a spicy fried chicken sandwich, which we've had, and it is really good.
Mhm.
And then I was on one trip we went on. I ate a Greek salad every single day from the
I think it was
parks.
our most recent one. Yeah.
So they have Greek salads and Greek salad with chicken. They are really good if you want something fresh from there. So I would recommend those. And then they have the fries and the cuties. And then there are those sandwiches and grilled chicken sandwiches for kids. And then they have a Stitch blueberry lemon mousse cake. Yeah, that's right
Yum.
up my alley. That sounds delicious. And then they have a couple specialty beverages. They have a lunar lemonade, which is Minute Maid lemonade with desert pear syrup served over ice. And they have a Sully slush, blue raspberry slush with purple whipped cream.
Yeah, this is always also like a party location for stuff too, like either food, sippers, all that stuff. This is like a big location for that with parties. For
Yeah, I
sure.
think that's where we ended up having that spicy chicken sandwich. It had like a grill stamp of like
Yeah.
Santa Mickey on the top of it, I think, when we
Oh.
ate it.
Yeah, I feel like we only ever find ourselves at Cosmic Rays when it is to like try one of the seasonal offerings there. But I feel like whenever I'm in there, I have a pretty good time. I like the general vibe in there, and
Me too.
I'm good for like one, like mediocre cheeseburger or chicken tender and fries meal per trip. So
Yeah.
like I think if you're gonna do that kind of meal and that's something that you want to get in, I think the Cosmic Rays is as good a place as any to do it.
And
Agreed.
Cosmic Rays is slinging burgers. Don't
Oh,
they
yeah.
have
Quick.
like, isn't it like the most burgers served
I
like in
believe
the
it.
United States or something?
I
Like per
believe it.
day?
It's insane.
They're
That's
quick. You
wild.
never have to wait for a refill. You just walk right up and there's someone like, you need a refill. It's like, yep,
Yeah.
they've got it going on.
So the next two places are smaller. So the one I end up going here kind of a lot, I think, as far as like treats go, and it's Anti-Gravity's Galactic Goodies. So it is right next to Cosmic Rays, and this is where you will find your ice creams. They have floats. This is also where they have those seasonal items. 2 years in a row, I got the corn flavored ice cream,
I was
and
going to
it
ask
is
if
really
this is where we got
good.
the corn one. Yeah.
It is. So this is definitely where you can find, like, if you're looking for a sweet treat that is a little bit more fun and specific to the parks, is where you can come. And something that I saw on the menu when I was looking it up that I'm very interested in is a cold brew float. So they have Joffrey's cold brew, and you can add some ice cream into that, which is
I would
calling my
that.
name.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
This is along the lines, I think, of the ice cream parlor at the front, where we always kind of walk past it and don't ever go in there. And I don't like really know why, but I would like that cold brew float for sure. That could entice me in there for sure.
A nice little cold pick me up.
I was going to say, maybe this is why we never go to the Plaza ice cream.
This is why we
spot,
don't
because
go.
if we're looking for ice cream, this is when we tend
Nice.
to.
Yeah.
This is where we tend to frequent.
And they had for a very long time, like Uncle Arnold's bathtub
Oh, yeah.
sundae or whatever from
Yeah.
Carousel of
That one hung around
Progress.
for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that one, it's just a clear, like like clawfoot bathtub kind of thing. So the souvenir, if you didn't know what it wasn't even like super specific.
Hey man, why you got a bathtub on your?
But they were
your
selling it.
shelf?
I mean, they were selling
Oh,
that
yeah.
thing for like years.
Absolutely.
And then the final one that we have on our trip around Magic Kingdom is one that I think definitely gets overlooked, but maybe for good reason sometimes. It is the lunching pad. So it is directly underneath Astro Orbiters. And it is a quick service, but they also have breakfast. That was new additions last year.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
must have been last. Yeah, like last.
And
We
I
all
think we
went
got
together.
both of them
yeah,
when we went.
when
Yeah.
we were there. Yeah.
So their breakfast options is a breakfast bowl, which is potato barrels, which are just tater tots, topped with cheese omelet, chili con queso, and chili con carne queso,
Yeah.
and sour cream for $10.79, and then sticky bubble bread, which is kind of like monkey bread. It's sweet bread rolled in cinnamon, caramel, and warm spices.
Yeah.
Tommy thinks tastes like Christmas,
I think it's a very Christmassy.
I agree.
but
treat.
that's just the warm spices, I think.
It is. Yeah, it is. But like when you're eating it, and like since the weather is the same throughout the year, it's like, oh, like am I here for the Christmas party or is it May?
Yeah.
But they're, like I said, I think Magic Kingdom really kind of amped up their offerings for breakfast, because I think they were definitely lacking in that department for a while.
Yeah.
But the bubble bread is a little dry, so I don't know that I can really recommend it if you go. I wish that they had like a cream cheese dipping sauce or something.
Something, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then for lunch, this is where you can get some interesting hot dogs. They have a Cuban hot dog, they have a regular all beef hot dog, and then a queso fundido hot dog. They're a mess. They get like real wet real quick. They are messy to eat.
Ew.
And then they have a Mike Wazowski cake, which looks super cute. I've seen it on the interwebs.
Yeah.
And then the thing that I go here for is the cream cheese warm stuffed pretzel, which is a
Yum.
warm stuffed pretzel filled with sweet cream cheese, and that is worth the $7.79, I think.
Yeah, I generally enjoy the food here. It definitely gets a little overlooked. I think my biggest complaint is that I feel like 75% of the times we go, we wait forever. And I'm
Yep.
sure it's just a product of like the weird ring design of the restaurant. Like it just doesn't have the capacity to like facilitate the high influx of orders. But there's sometimes where we're waiting like crazy,
too long.
crazy long,
Long.
even for like Disney
And we've mobile
standards.
ordered, so it's not like we're
Right.
waiting in line to order. We've
Yeah.
mobile ordered, and it said like preparing your order for
Yeah.
like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And it's pre-made hot dogs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which is tough. It's tough.
It is
to,
tough.
yeah, wait half an hour for a sloppy hot dog, but
And I feel like it's where we usually go and we like don't want to take a long time, so we think it's going to be quick, and then it never is quick.
it just backfires. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
there was one last place, and the four of us were just looking at it, trying to find it on the map before we
Yeah.
started recording. And it's Energy Bites, which is the little Tron food stand, and they may have closed up shop for now because you cannot find it anywhere.
I think they did. I think they axed it like 6 months ago or something like that. And it's maybe they're just like overhauling the menu entirely or something like that. But yeah,
And when we went, we liked it enough. Like
was fine.
people were really hating on a lot of it, and I think that we liked it more than the general population.
Hey, it's got to be better than a turkey leg. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
I feel like people are nostalgic. Let us know down below if you are a turkey leg enjoyer and we're just slandering your favorite snack over
And-
here. But I don't know anyone that like genuinely enjoys the whole thing.
and I'll be a little bit more suspicious of the turkey leg people than the Columbia Harbor House people. I'm
Right.
inclined to believe the Columbia Harbor House people. If
agree.
you're a turkey leg person, I think you might just be a liar.
I'm
I
excited
don't
for
know.
Disneyland's because they have like marinated flavored ones. Like they have a
Different, yeah.
buffalo turkey leg, which I would give a try. And then they have like a teriyaki one. I would give both of those a try because Disneyland people say they're way better than
Yeah.
like a regular turkey leg.
Yeah, you'll just catch us in the vlogs, all of us having a big old
Not
bite of
me.
a non.
No, it'll just be me
you
and
gotta-
Brandon because there's no way he's doing it. And there's no way Heidi's doing it.
I'll do it for research. I think that I've always wanted a turkey leg,
I'll take a
but
bite,
I could never
will
pay.
never
I
buy
used
it.
to get them like when I was younger and went to the park. Like I was that like 12-year-old girl like with the turkey leg. It's so salty though.
They look appetizing until there's one bite missing, and then they become the most disgusting thing on the planet.
Yeah,
Earth.
there's a lot of tendons going on in there, which is
Yeah.
not great
when
texturally.
it's in its like full form, it looks delicious. But then as soon as someone is like mid process
Messing with
of
the
eating
gristle
it
of it.
looks so gross.
Yeah.
I'm also convinced it's a ham because it's so pink or something. It's not a
It's
turkey leg; it's a
huge.
ham leg. It's
The
huge.
shaved
like-
down ham hock. Yeah.
exactly.
But on that appetizing note, we hope
Yeah.
that you enjoyed talking with us about all the food in Magic Kingdom. If you agreed with any of our takes or disagreed, let us know down below.
Yeah.
If you have a favorite snack of at Magic Kingdom, let us know in that little poll comment box there
Yep.
on Spotify. As always, you can find us on all socials at the Park Squad Pod. And thank you guys so much for hanging out.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.